Guys, welcome. Friday night football club on Gun Football. Thank you. Thank you guys for joining. Guys, share the video. Like the video. Let them know. Let them know we're live. Share the video, guys. Share the video. Let me know where you're joining from. And Calvin Marvin, thank you. Eagle Striker, thank you. That's my man. Eagle Striker, man. Apologies that I'm late. It's just due to circumstances beyond my control. But I'm happy that you are live with me now. So yeah, it's gonna be an interesting conversation today. So guys, share the video. Sport Grinder, thank you for joining. Adiola, thank you. Winga, that's Winga Games. Thank you. That's my man. Odinaka from Lagos, Kola Bright. Kola. So, guys, I don't want to take too much time because I don't want to spend too much time here too, so that I can have a Ebi. Thank you for joining. That's my man from America. So I have to start quickly, and I like to start on the home front. Okay, no, it's just circumstances. Sorry, apologies for coming late after that. So let's start. So thank you guys. Welcome to Friday Night Football Club. Another wonderful Friday. And as usual, I'm your host, Spitlaye. Thank you for joining this wonderful Friday. So guys, it's going to be a very lovely program today. You know, we have so many things to discuss, but I have to be very fast so that we can dive into a lot of things. Guys, as you join, please like the video. Temilade, thank you for also joining. Like the video. So let me quickly start. I want to start on the home front. So 4 Nigerian clubs will be playing in the continental competition this weekend. 2 games in Nigeria. Abia Warriors will be playing. So let's just go to the games in Nigeria. So guys, Raymond Stars will be hosting Chiligandi. Is this Siramundi also from Comoros? So it's going to be the 2 games will be played at MK Abia Stadium in Abeokuta. So if they could qualify, I think they will face what? Mamelodi Sundowns of South Africa in the second round. So Remo will be playing in Abeokuta on Sunday. You know, if I'm not sure mistaken, it's going to be on Sunday. And we also have Rivers United will play against Delos FC. That will be played in Congo. It's going to be played in Congo. They're already in Congo now. So they'll be playing the CAF Champions League. So we also wish them the best of luck. So it's going to be Coach Fidi George, handling the team, the continent. And assisted by Yema. So we wish them the very best of luck. And so wish Raymond Stars the very best of luck. Let me ask you this question, guys. Who do you think we perform? Who do you think we outperform the other team in this weekend? Do you think Raymond Stars will progress? Do you think Rivers will progress? Let me know between those 2 clubs. So Raymond Stars will be playing without, most of the players that won the Premier League with them. Chukwuemeka is no longer with them again. Nduka Jr. moved to Iraq. Kayode Bankole is no longer with them again. I'm hearing rumors that Kayode Bankole might be going to South Africa. And also too, striker Siki Riley is in JS Sora in Algeria. So they will not be playing with because the team that won the league last year. So don't forget that they also lost Gide Fatokun, to Sudan, to a Sudanese club. Is the Amarek of Sudan. So it's going to be a relatively a new team. Happy with their recruitment. They got 2 solid players from Mali. Let's see exactly how Remo Kanashi can progress. So in the CAF Confederations Cup too, Abia Warriors will play against the Yoba of Mali. That will be played at the Godswill Akabio Stadium in Uyo. So, Abia Warriors, they finished third in the MPFL last year. So they'll be playing. That is a very big task for them, The guy in the picture here is called Austin Unjoku. Some of you might be familiar with that name. He played for Nigeria at the last Under-20 World Cup. No? Was he? No, it wasn't the last Under-20 World Cup. He played at the last Under-20 AFCON in Egypt. He was Nigerian's right back. But unfortunately, I don't think any move abroad materialized. So he's still playing for Abia Warriors, in the Nigerian Premier League. So they are already in Uyo now, getting set for the Yoba of Mali. Mali team is a very, very strong team. So they will have their hands full in Uyo, this Saturday. This Saturday, yeah. So another game is also, Kwara United. They traveled, Ibom here. They traveled through Ibom here, they landed safely in Ghana. They'll be playing against Ashanti Kotoko, of Ghana. It's Ashanti Kotoko of Ghana won the MTN FA Cup in Ghana. So they'll be playing, it's another Nigeria versus Ghana derby. The first game is going to be at the Accra Sports Stadium or so. The second game is going to be played at Moshood Abiola Stadium in Abeokuta. So it's going to be a very, very interesting game. Can Kwara match these guys? The Kwara too, they already recruited too. They signed Sheung Ogunmuride from Raymond Stars. They also have a lot of players. I don't know, maybe this guy is still there. Wasiu Alalade, But they also have some players that we can see that okay, maybe probably they can actually try, because with due respect to Ashanti Kotoko, they are not the Ashanti Kotoko we used to know, in those days. So, they have Nuruddin Badmus. I'm not really sure. Maybe he's back from his, injury that kept him out during Chan. They have Nuruddin Badmus. So they have a lot of players, that can actually win the game for them in Ghana. But I don't see them winning the game in Ghana. Maybe probably a draw. They can finish the game off in Abeokuta. So I wish Kwara, they are Foja Warriors, the very best of luck. That's the name, that's the everything, the continent. I'll be watching the game between Raymond Stars and this Simondi of Comoros, and I'll also be trying to tune into the game between if I have the capacity. If I have the capacity to watch all the games, I will. I'm a big fan of the Nigerian, any Nigerian team representing the country. I'm a very, very big fan. From any under, I'm a very big fan. So I'll be looking for ways to actually watch those games too. Even ahead of Premier League games, I'll be looking for a way to watch the Monsters ahead of the English Premier League games. That's how I do my thing. So that is that. So, and also going to see on the continent too, the Nigeria Falconets, yes, they'll be trading tackles with Rwanda Under-20. It's going to be played at the Pele Stadium in Kigali. I don't think it's going to be Hamaro Stadium. It's going to be the Pele Stadium in Kigali. They're already in Kigali now. The game will be played tomorrow. So, they should be able to get the win tomorrow, because I think Rwanda should not be. They have been camping for so long. I'm talking about the Rwanda Under-20. They have been in camp for like maybe a month or 6 weeks. So, they want to see maybe they can actually get something against Nigeria. They have been, the government is really spending a lot of money to develop women football in Rwanda. But let's see. This is a good test for them against the Flamingos. Falconet. Majority of the Falconet, they were part of the league. They also played at the Under-17 World Cup before. So I wish them the very best of luck. The game is going to be played tomorrow. So, still on women's football too, legends, finally actually Onga about, I can tell you she's one of the most criticized, Super Falcons player, I've known of. And I remember when she made her debut, at a very young age there. I think that was was it 2003 World Cup? That was a long time ago now. So was it 2003 World Cup? I remember that was a long time ago. I think she played like 20 years for Super Falcons. So good guys, good player, fantastic player. I know her for the no nonsense style of football, but when she aged, caught up with her. She slowed down slightly, but you can never write the history of women football in Nigeria without mentioning Onome Ebi. Fantastic player, fantastic leader, and she will also be known for her social media rants too. But I have to appreciate her service to Nigeria. Fantastic player any day, and I wish her happy retirement. I don't know what she's going to be into. She's going to be an agent. She's going to go into coaching. She's going to go into punditry. I don't know. Like Opanode is doing punditry currently now. I don't know, but I wish her the very best of luck. 4 times outcome winner, 42 career goals, around 24 games. She played everywhere. 6 World Cup appearances. 2003. Yes, I was right. 2003, 2007, 2011, 2015, 2019, and 2023. Oh my days, 20 years. That's massive. Playing for Nigeria. Okay, she's going into administration. So okay, maybe she can go and replace Aisha Falode in NFF, because even said that Aisha Falode, I don't know what she's doing there. I think we need to get some young people to go and replace Aisha Falode in that NFF. I think you never see Onome Ebi talk badly about the NFF. So I think the NFF will accept her very well, with open hands, because I think she's a child of the system. I wish her very best of luck, and she'll be remembered, for the good things too, for her contributions to Nigerian football. So that is actually what Onome Ebi. So also talking about going back to what's it called, our underage now. If you don't know that tomorrow, I don't know where you're watching me from. If it's Australia, maybe probably it's going to be the same day. Nigeria Golden Eaglets will be starting their under 17 Wafubi qualifiers. These Wafubi qualifiers is guys, buy super chat. No super chat yet. Buy super chat. So this Wafubi is the qualifiers for the under 17 AFCON that will take place next year. So 10 teams will progress from that under 17 AFCON to represent Africa at the under 17 World Cup that will take place in Qatar next year. One is going to be this year. We didn't qualify, for that. So, and the list is actually out. Goalkeeper Aqua Ano of Malantaki FC. Malantaki is the club of Manugaba. Great Edafe of Beyond Limit has been a very good goalkeeper for Beyond Limit. If you have been following Beyond Limit very well, is even the first choice ahead of Ayenuba's son in that Beyond Limit. A very, very good goalkeeper. Paul Agulewa of Morak FC. I don't really know much about that goalkeeper. So defender Abdulatif Lasisi of La Planet. I don't know more about Rak Rashid of RFO. Okay, he's a very good player. Sadiq Sayu of Niger Tornadoes. That is, he's not playing in the league. He played for Niger Tornadoes under 19. So Godwin Menyaga of Adoration FC. Adoration FC. I don't know if it's praise and worship or so, but they have a lot of players here. Adoration FC. I don't know who owns that. Abdusamid Saliu of Central FC. Emmanuel Asika of Malaitaki FC. That's the club of Manu Gaba. There are 2 now. So midfielders are Paul Ogbo of RBMFC. Famous Umole of Derby FC. David Ede of Adoration FC is the star player of this team. Watch out for jersey number 10. David Ede is the star player of this team. He plays for Adoration FC. He's a star player. David Ede is the playmaker. If David Ede is not playing, this team will not work. That's just to tell you that how important David Ede is to this team. So Umar, and he's also the captain of the team, David Ede. So Umar Yaya of Footwork FC, different clubs. Ahmed Yusuf of One Touch FC. Oh my days. So forward lines are actually what Wilson Innocent of Wonderland FC, George Agba of Unique and Fine. Unique and Fine FC, Boluwatife Thompson of Brida. Okay, I've heard about this one too. A very good player. Boluwatife, yes, Boluwatife of Brothers FC, Emeka Unalue of Collins FC, Salim Umar of Dante FC, Awal Mohammed of Taisis Lions. So these are the boys of that is from Gafar. He's from Gafar in Lagos. So these are the players, the player that I've not, that I think I have an idea, that it might be good players to watch out for is Boluwatife Thompson of Breeders FC and David Ede of Adoration FC is the captain of the team. So I hope that this time around, this team can qualify. I hope this time around, this team can qualify for the Under-17 AFCON. If this team did not qualify for the Under-17 AFCON, the NFF should sack Coach Manugaba. Anything short of Under-17 AFCON qualification, the NFF should sack Coach Manugaba, because you are not the landlord of this team. You cannot be there. Now you carry your players, go this tournament. So if it cannot qualify for the Under-17 AFCON, Coach Manugaba should be sacked straight away. So that is that on the Under-17. So, and there's also Under-20, Under-22. Shout out to FIFA Baller X. I got this graphic from them. So I got from my friend IoT, but because I was in a hurry, I just got this one quickly, trying to prepare for this program. So the goalkeepers for Under-20. So moving on to Under-20 now. Under-22 also start their World Cup on the 28th of this month. So Nigeria will be playing against Norway, Saudi Arabia, and Colombia. So the team are already in Colombia now for the final phase of the preparation. So, and Coach Ali Zubeiru also released the list of players that will be playing for Nigeria. So they are going by Business Harcourt. One is already a Super Eagles goalkeeper B, Super Eagles B goalkeeper. So he's no longer a stranger to you guys. He was the best goalkeeper, if I'm not mistaken, from the not Varegio Cup. The other one is Sweden. The Gotia Cup, yeah, about last year. So Clayton Ezekiel, a very, very good player for that matter. I've monitored this boy from when he was in Calabar Rovers. This Clayton Ezekiel, when he was in Calabar Rovers feeders team before he went to Calabar Rovers. So, and kudos to Coach, what's he called? This coach Ademboso believed in him. He invited him for the Under-20 all African games then before he got the move to Bayelsa United. So Rufai Abubakar plays for Marvin FC. Majority of you will know Rufai. Rufai was the one that stopped the penalties against Egypt at the semi-finals. No, at the third place game during the Under-20 AFCON. So I'm even hearing that Rufai Abubakar should be on his way to Shouting Athletic in England. But I don't know, maybe it's audio, but I'm hearing that rumor that Rufai should be on his way to Shouting Athletic in England. So defenders are Ochechi Amos. If you don't know him, he's from what's it called? The boy is from East America versus team. He's from Sporting Supreme before. He got from Sporting Supreme. He moved to Rams. So he has been a regular player as a right back for Rams B team. He has never made the debut for the first team, but he's a regular player for Rams B team. Odinaka Koro, a lot of you guys will know him, a very, very good player, tough player, a very, very tough player. For me, if I should pick a player that I think that in a few years' time will be a super good player in this team, Odinaka Okoro shows a lot of promise, honestly. So Daniel Bamayi, Eaglets Daniel Bamayi for Bayelsa United. I don't need to say much about Bamayi. He has played for the Super Eagles before. He has played for Under-17, Under-20, Under-23. He has been playing for Nigeria for ages. So yeah, I wish him luck. Marvelous Averopsu of Ikorodu FC, very, very good player. Very, very good player. If you have watched the league very well, you will know that is a very, very good player. Atlanta Azuka of Taisis Lions too, very good player. At least Taisis Lions also got a player in under 20, under 17, sorry. And Akinyele Ahmed, Akinyele Ahmed, very fortunate to make this team. He performed so well for Ogun State team at the National Sport Festival that took place this year in Ogun State. So he did so well in that sport festival. That's why he got invited to the under 20. He also played well for Remo FC when they won the league last year. So I wish Ahmed Akinyele the very best of luck. But my problem with this player is that this player slide tackles too much. This player and Daniel Bamayi, central defense, they slide tackle too much. They slide tackle too much. I don't know. They slide tackle too much. In this DNA age, you don't do that. You don't go down easily. You don't go down easily. That's why during the Wafubi, Ahmed Akinyele was suspended. Horrible tackle. Now there's VR at the World Cup. There's VR. There's VR. This guy is a potential red card candidate. Midfielders are Ibrahim Ayuma of NK Istra. A lot of you guys know Ayuma, from under 17 AFCON and under 20 AFCON and under 20 Wafubi. Did well in that midfield. People call him Nigeria Mikel Obi. Let's hope they can live up to that hype. Emmanuel Ekosho. This guy, he plays for FC Montana. He can play as a central defense and also as a midfielder, as a defensive midfielder, or even a central midfielder. He's a former Malvern FC player, so he just moved. Mustafa Kamaldin of Kwara Academy. Daniel Daga, you guys don't, it doesn't need any introduction for you guys. Very good player. He played at the last 20 World Cup, so he's coming back now. Awal Mohammed, he's the one that's Awal Ibrahim Mohammed. He scored Nigeria winning goal against Tunisia in our first game during the under 20 AFCON. So Awal Mohammed is a guy that normally drifts in and drifts out of games. That's why he's not really consistent. That's the reason why I don't really rate him. Nasiru Sahihu used to be part of he used to play for Academy Warriors before, but he got transferred. I don't know who transferred him to to Azerbaijan. So he plays for Calabar FC there. So he's a player of Ali Zubairu. He's a very trusted player of Ali Zubairu. So I'm not surprised that he got a call for the World Cup. So forward lines are Achichi. Achichi Oshie, he plays for Royal Antwerp. The boy left Nigeria a week after he made his debut for Royal Antwerp, to tell you that they rate him very well. But after he made his debut, he went to the bench again and to the B team of Antwerp. So Sonny Mohammed, good player. He was playing for Aqua United before. I think he now plays in Slovakia. Good player, but not good decision making. So let's hope that he can actually grow well here. Tari Mangana is a former, he's from Borno State, a typical grassroots player. Part of those that were actually displaced by Boko Haram. Mangana, I watched him play during the under 20 Wafubi, the one they did this year. Did well. Good player, but very raw. So Parobo Ariri, I don't think I need to introduce this guy to you again. Good player, he's the go-to guy. He's the guy who scored the goal for them in this team. Chasagada, former under 17 player. He was part of the under 17 under Coach Unduka Bade. They failed to qualify for the World Cup then. Was in Nigeria. Good player, strong on the ball. Is he the same player like under 17? He can dribble, plays as a Sergio Aguero, Carlos Tevez type of player. Can he perform at this stage? Let's hope. So Abdullahi Shitu of Man City. Which Man City? Is it Man City of Ado Ekiti or Man City of Ikere Ekiti or Man City of where? I'm not really sure. He's registered with Man City. Well, I wish him the very best of luck. I don't have any information about it. So the major casualty that didn't make this team was actually Afis, Ibrahim Afis. Afis did not actually make the team, and so that the club did not release him But my problem is that my issue is that I think the club wants him to play another 17 World Cup, 20 World Cup, but they dropped him for Charles Agada, which I think is really uh, unfair, unfair for him, unfair for him. So that is that. But let me just take this super chat. If you want to, what do you think? Where do you think they will go? How far do you think they will go? Let me know. So let me say Smith, since when did Hitu play for City? I'm watching back my TV. When is Divine Olise not here? Yeah, I don't know why they dropped Divine Olise. That is another question, because I still believe that the Divine Olise can, yes, can actually can do well. So thank you. Spoken as my master. Divine Olise is a big miss for me. I also think that the boy has a lot of potential. I don't know the reason why Divine Olise did not make this team. I would have preferred to have Divine Olise ahead of Mustafa Kamaldeen of Kwara FA. You know, I would have, he's tested and trusted. I'm talking about Divine Olise. I would have preferred to have Afis ahead of Charles Agada, because I think that Afis will solve their, the goal scoring problem of this team. This team don't score goals, honestly. They don't score goals. So you need someone that's a very proven goal scorer. I think Parobo Ariri can do that for them, but let's wait and see. At least, let's wait and see. So Parobo is going to be playing against Norway too. So he plays in Norway. He's going to play against Norway. So that is that on the under 20 World Cup. So let me know your thoughts about that. Do you think this team can win the trophy for the first time for Nigeria? Do you think it's going to be another quarterfinal finish, or do you think they will go and disgrace us and crash out the group stage? Let me know your thoughts about them. So now to Super Eagles matter, quickly. I want to make sure actually what to Super Eagles matter. This is the FIFA ranking. So came out at Nigeria. Currently, we are sixth in Africa now. We are sixth in Africa, and we are just going down. To be honest with you, we are just going down. We are going down. We have to be honest ourselves. We are going down. So I don't know how to say this thing. The results have not been like encouraging too. So we are going down. So we're going down. But let me just guys, like the video, please. Only like 19 likes. Like the video when we are more than 100 people actually working, right? So let me just tell you something. The reason why I'm was worried about this ranking is that I'm not really that worried. I will just say that is that when they want to pair, in case we qualify for the playoff, they will use this ranking to pair us. So, for example, now, if 4 teams from Africa qualify for the playoff, they will play 2 semi-final and 1 final. So the highest ranked team will be seeded. The highest ranked team will be seeded, and the 2 highest ranked will be seeded. Then you now pair. They will not play each other. So, for example, now if Morocco, Senegal, Egypt, and Algeria qualify for the playoff, they will seed Morocco and Senegal. So they will have to say Egypt and Algeria should play them. So based on those that might qualify for playoff from these top 10 teams I see here, I think that Nigeria have a chance to qualify for playoff, and also Cameroon. So if Nigeria and Cameroon qualify for playoff, Nigeria and Cameroon will not meet each other until the final of that playoff in November. So that's also so. But I don't think we can fall further than like this. We go and get a very difficult semi-final playoff. So that's just that. Playoff normally actually what helps in case there is any draws and things like that. So that is that on that playoff. I know that a couple of good results will push Nigeria slightly up. We're just one step. We're just actually one position below Ivory Coast. but Algeria is really, really ahead of us. A good AFCON campaign might probably be back on at 2022. Just like last year, we played in the final of the AFCON. We were ranked 23rd or so in the world, to tell you how highly rated they actually were. They took that AFCON then. So that's that on the FIFA ranking. So, and so that's that on FIFA ranking. Let me just go to Super Eagles. Another Super Eagles story is I monitor this report. I've been monitoring this for the past 1 week, so that Zimbabwe and invite Botswana venue to host Africa World Cup qualifiers. So that's the latest now. But when I monitored Soccer Africa, yesterday, one guy, I forgot, is a new guy among them. He said that immediately FIFA is trying to, what's it called? They are trying to investigate South Africa, on Teboho Mokwena's case. When they are now hearing reports that Zimbabwe want to move the game back to South Africa. Just yesterday, is it yes? Yeah, Thursday, yes. We're hearing that Zimbabwe wants to move the game back to South Africa and play at the Orlando Stadium. I was like, just but they just agreed, they just discussed to play the game in Botswana. But just hearing that they might be moving the game back to South Africa, Orlando, but it's not official yet. So, and if you go and check any website, anywhere, South African websites, it's still saying that the game will go play in Botswana, but they want to. I'm hearing that if you don't be surprised if they move the game back to the Orlando Stadium. Don't be surprised. I'm just giving you that. Don't be surprised. So because anything to help your brother now, you have to help your brother. But for me, see, I don't think they should even play this game. This Africa is against Zimbabwe. You just award the point to South Africa, honestly, because the only reasonable game I think South Africa will play is against Rwanda. Honestly, against Rwanda, I don't think this game is. They should award the 3 points to them. I don't think it's a game. So, according to reports, it's going to play in Botswana. Botswana got a very good infrastructure, and they are trying to actually host that match. So that is that. So talking about venues too, this is the stadium that will be hosting. I'll be hosting the game in Botswana. This stadium that they proposed to host that game in Botswana. So it's a good pitch. You should go and host the game in Botswana. So, but I don't believe that. Except there's nothing to play for Zimbabwe. That's why I was praying that they should beat the Republic in that game in Abidjan. But there's nothing to play. There's nothing to play. So they will just go there and go and open up. In fact, the guy might not even call the first team players to come and play this game. He might just call all these local Zimbabwe players from Scotland FC to come and play the game. And yes, so they will not play for pride. They don't have pride. They don't have anything. They will not play for pride. So, yeah, talking about so South Africa get this pitch, this type of pitch. So this Nelson Mandela Stadium in Port Elizabeth. So according to early reports coming from Maseru, that's the capital of Lesotho, is that the game between Lesotho and Nigeria we played at the Nelson Mandela Stadium in Port Elizabeth. But what I'm seeing here is that they'll be playing rugby on this pitch again. They'll be playing rugby again on this pitch. So this pitch is a very good pitch. This Nelson Mandela Stadium in Port Elizabeth. So what's it called? And it's going to be a very good game, if they approve this stadium fully, because This, I think tomorrow, was it this evening? Tomorrow, a team from Lesotho will be playing against Orlando Pirates at the same Bloemfontein this evening. I think it's tomorrow in the CAF Champions League. In the CAF Champions League. So how can you have this stadium and you still want to go and play in Bloemfontein? Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Well, let's. So that's any report coming from Lesotho, but I can tell you that they will not play that game in Bloemfontein. You know, NFF did not protest as usual, but they will not play that game in Bloemfontein. So that is that. So this is going to be played in probably Nelson Mandela Stadium in Port Elizabeth. So now to the issue that you have been waiting for. So it's now official. It's now actually official that FIFA already, FIFA opened case against Safa over Tebo Mokwena. See, when we shout out to Obina, shout out to those that Obina, who else again? Obina, I know of Obina. I don't know maybe Obina is here. He flagged this thing. And I remember I was in the gym then when he told me about this story that I should talk to people in the NFF that I know about this story of Teboho Mokwena. I was like, I went to check it. I was not convinced slightly until I saw that thing. Come on. So the story started from Nigeria, and that's the reason why South Africa is actually here in this problem. I can tell you for sure, if nobody flagged this story, if you don't flag this story, there's no way that FIFA will sanction South Africa. I heard that but the Republic wrote a complaint to FIFA and CAF. Rwanda too also wrote another complaint to FIFA and CAF. And they don't end. The whole thing is now becoming too much that they have to open this case and do it once and for all. The noise, the noise was just too much. That's the reason why they opened this case. If they did not open this case, if the noise wasn't too much, they would not actually open this case. So let me just read the timeline of what they wrote for SAFA quickly for you guys. I want to read the timeline of what they wrote for SAFA for you quickly so that we can know exactly. Sorry, I just want to give you that information quickly so that you know exactly. So let me just give you the letter so that yeah. So it says that Safa and Mokwena, they have up till tomorrow. Mokwena and Safa have up until tomorrow, that's 20th of September, to respond. So they will take decision before the next international window, and that makes it even very tough, for South Africa. So it is a very, very difficult situation, and if South Africa is found guilty, one, they will lose 3 points. They will cancel the results first. They will lose 3 points and 3 goals. So let's say it's going to be on 9 points. No matter how you say it, this favors Nigeria. No matter how you see it, for Nigeria, because we don't want Lesotho to finish last in that group. We don't want them to finish last in that group. So it favors Nigeria. So the problem here now is that the punishment could be more than 3 points. The punishment against Teboho Mokoena could be more than 3 points. The least South Africa could get out of this is to get 3 points deducted and 3 goals. The least they could get what they could deduct from that. The maximum they could get from this is expulsion. Yeah, I think will not happen. They can expel them. And the reason for that expulsion is justified because they continue to feel the Teboho Mokoena. So there have been rumors too. Thank you, Sport Grinder. There have been rumors too that because they didn't send them the list. That's the reason why. No. FIFA is not the responsibility of FIFA to keep your own book for you. No. If it's CAF will help you. That's why you don't get this yellow card situation in CAF. In FIFA, you are the one that will keep your stuff yourself. And what even make it so bad, and I pity this man here, is that they ask him to respond. Not only Safao, they sent him a letter. They sent him, this young man, a letter. That why did he play? This boy is a professional player. He should also know when he's suspended for a certain game. Because if you get parking ticket now, it's your responsibility to know how many tickets you don't get. So they are tagging this boy based on that. So I'm also hearing rumors that Safa want to use a different lawyer compared to this boy. That is unfair on Safa. That's unfair on this boy. They want to use a different lawyer. So this boy should go and look for his lawyer too. That is unfair. Vincent Seka, the team manager of SARS, Bafana, is the one that should look for this guy's lawyer, because he's the one that did not do his job very well. See, so I'm also hearing that they want to bring a CAF lawyer to come and, like, brother, the rule is the rule. The rule is the rule. So South Africa could face further punishment. Apart from that point deduction, they could face further punishment from this so-called qualifier if they follow the rule. So what if they now deduct the points from South Africa? Not what if. What if? I said, what if? When they deduct the points, if you are delusional, when they deduct the points, so look at this now. So this is going to be the table. Can you see? This is going to be the table. But the Republic will be on top of the World Cup qualifiers on goals difference against Bafana, with the Bafana joint top, but when there's leading on goals difference. Second Bafana, Rwanda and Nigeria, they're now second and third respectively. So they can now compete for this group. The funniest thing is this. This team, these qualifiers, because it's football, the first 4 teams here, they could be on 14 points going to the last game. Anything can happen. The first 4 teams in this group could be on 14 points. 14 points by match day 9, they could be on 14 points each. If they are on 14 points each, then it's going to be a very difficult final day of games. Because if Nigeria beat Lesotho and Rwanda, Rwanda beat Benin, Zimbabwe beat South Africa in Botswana. They go be on 14 points. 14 points. 14 points. So anything can still happen. So let's wait. But FIFA is doing the right thing, because there is an accusation that came out that FIFA I'm hearing that if care is not actually worth taking, it could be more than that 3 points. But let's wait and see. The rule is the rule. So let me know your thoughts about South Africa in deep mess. The first thing they came out is that there's not complain. I said the rule is the rule. My friend is not here. Ramontese from South Africa is not here. I explained to him that the rule is the rule. So they mean that speak lying. What about last year? They changed the rule. No, the rule last year showed that FIFA now have the power to investigate a game that is not older, that is not more than 2 years. They also have the power to do that. So if Lesotho did not even complain, that means that, in fact, they can even accuse them of match fixing, because you didn't complain. It could be as if you are supporting one team and the other. So that is that. And I'm happy that they gave them only 6 days to respond. Only 6 or so days to respond to it. So I'm hearing that SAFA already responded to FIFA. The responding was that, one, I will tell you here through my inside sources. The response was that they did not distribute the list of suspended players. Maybe my source is also wrong too. if it's wrong, but I'm just hearing somebody just entered me that what they are talking about, that they did sell the list of what suspended players. The match commissioner, the CAF and FIFA man that came for that game did not inform them that Teboho Mokoena actually was suspended. That I think they sent them email after the Zimbabwe game in Malawi that Teboho Mokoena is suspended, but there was no follow-up to that email. So they are saying that, okay, the match commissioner did not tell them. They have a meeting with the match commissioner. The CAF man was there, the referee was there, the FIFA man was there. Nobody told them about Teboho Mokoena yellow card. That's what they are talking about. So that, okay, they didn't send them the list that Teboho Mokoena actually was suspended. They didn't send them the list. Which during Show of Light 2 in 2017, they didn't send them the list. So it's this. See, let me tell you something. We are not even saying that we want to catch you, South Africa. What we are saying is this: we don't want Lesotho to finish last. We don't want Lesotho to finish last. We won't want them to finish last, so that we can have a chance of playoff in case you win your 2 games, which you might probably win, or might not win. That's the reason why this point it benefits us. Tire. So that is that on the issue of Teboho Mokoena. Good guy. Two-year window. Thank you, Ebi. Thank you, guys. Like the video. 37 likes, guys. About more than 150 people watching. Guys, like the video. Click on super chat for me to address your question. Don't be a keyboard warrior. Just do this. Put super chat there if you want me to address your question. So that is that of the Teboho Mokoena. So the oath is they are moving very fast, and I'm happy that see, it's not about trying to wish on South Africa. It's just that we love this game so much. We need to protect the integrity of this game. That's the most important thing. We need to protect what? the integrity of this game. And that is actually what the most important thing. Because if they didn't teach Africa a lesson in this game, it's going to be very hard for other people to comply. And let me tell you something now, quickly, before I go to my discussion. If South Africa fail to qualify for the World Cup, after this paparazzi, if South Africa fail to qualify, I said if South Africa fail to qualify for the World Cup, I don't think they will remember Teboho Mokoena very well in the history of South African football. I don't think his name will. I don't think people will remember him for good in the history of what South African football. I don't think so. There's some players. There's some 3 people that they will hold responsible for this if they fail to qualify for the World Cup. One is SAFA president. Let me tell you something. Danny Jordan, the SAFA president. If you are the head of an organization, I know that you cannot do everything, but sometimes you check on some people if they are doing their work, if they are doing their work, if they are doing their work. It might be a mistake, but for me, as the head of that yellow card for Mokoena is so bad. SAFA presidents will not be popular if South Africa to qualify. That's Danny Jordan. It's already under fire. Vincent Seka is one of the most popular name now in Africa. You know, if Sasu tell you Vincent Seka should be dismissed, for me, I think he slept on that job too. It happens. But what surprised me is this. Before that game against Lesotho, I heard from like a South African journalist that Teboho Mokoena is suspended. How did Vincent Seka bottled it? I heard from a South African I heard it from a South African press that is suspended. How did they bottle it? How, you know, I just put my hand like this. I just put my hand. Hey, I heard it. How did they forget it? How did they do it? Like, it's like, hey, you know, this reminds me of like one, there's one AFCON that South Africa think they qualify and they don't qualify. Oh my days. This is so funny. I think this qualifier series is going to end somehow, in my own opinion. So now to my discussion quickly. So that's that on South Africa. I wish them the very best of luck. And I also wish other teams too in that group too. Very best of luck. So to my discussion. So I posted this list of Super Eagles players that actually played for Nigeria during the AFCON 2000. And this thing has been generating how did we fall like this? How did we do this? You can see the number of clubs that our players to play for. Chelsea, Arsenal, AC Milan, PSG, Ajax, Barca, Juventus, Dortmund, PSG. You can see the list. Endless. Go on and on. Let me tell you something. This list did not just come about. It don't just happen like this. It had to do with like years of work. And I can tell you for sure. See, one of the problems of our football is lack of identity. Lack of identity. We don't have football identity. South Africa, they have their own identity. If you look at the PSA very well, Kaizer Chiefs, display in a similar way. We don't have identity. identity, DNA is everything about football. If you buy Ijebu Gari and you buy Gari from Ekiti, just by looking at them alone, you can know that, or tasting them, this is Ijebu Gari, this is Ekiti Gari. If you see a Brazilian player play, just by looking at, just by watching that Brazilian player play, you will know that this is a Brazilian. You will know. For example, now, this boy from Fulham FC, Kelvin, I didn't know the boy's nationality. But when I saw him play, it's like, I know, this guy is a Brazilian. He's a Brazilian. You will know, you must know you based on your identity, based on what you stand for. The type of players that Brazil normally produce, England will not produce that type of player. When Joko played for England, they call him the Brazilian English also. They call him that name because of he's not like the traditional English winger that we used to know. We also have our identity. We used to produce players that straight away you will know that this one is, is from our system. Let me see. See, Nigeria produced Erin Wosu, and Nigeria produced this man. What's it called? I remember he played in Ethiopia 76. I will remember his name now. Very good midfielder. Produced Etimesi, produced Okocha, produced Oruma, produced Obodo. You can see. But Nigeria produced Finidi, Babangida, produced Pius Ikedia. But that line don't cut. So, I don't know, maybe it's has to do with our age grade. I'll go to age grade later, not today. Bikel. What is now the problem? Why do you think that this team doesn't have identity? Since the history of Nigerian football, I've never seen a Nigerian team struggle to have a good winger until this team struggle. Thank you, Aruna Ilerika. Thank you, Aruna Ilerika. I don't thank you, Aruna Ilerika. Thank you. I've never seen. I remember not quite long. Utaka or Dewinge, they are competing for the same spot in Super Eagles. It's the same spot in Super Eagles. It's a left winger or things like that. Same spot in Super Eagles. You will see Babangida, Finidi, the same spot in Super Eagles. So we don't have that identity again. We don't have that identity again. We don't produce the players we used to produce again. We don't do that again. So for me, I think the major thing, elastic, thank you, Friday allow, elastic allow. I think the major thing has to do with education and the grassroots. What do we teach these players? Because at the end of the day, I looked at this team, I realized that how many wingers we have? We have this boy from Sevilla, Chidera Ijuke. But with due respect to him, Chidera Ijuke is not as good as the players I mentioned in the past. So if we want to fix this thing, we have to go to our identity. And how do we get identity? So let me tell you something. In life, you cannot cheat your way and be biased in everything. Let me tell you something. There's something that you know Kenya for. There's something you know Tanzania for. There's something you know maybe probably Zimbabwe for. India, Pakistan. It's in their DNA. There's some place in France There's some places in France that produce players for French national team. You know, oh, this boy is from the south. For example, now there's some place in Spain that produce player for Spanish national team, Catalonia. You know, they know the type of players to get from Catalonia and things like that. When they wrote Nigeria policy document in 1972, 1971-72, they sent 6 coaches to different areas in Nigeria to go and look for players. They looked for players, they assembled a team, they realized that, oh, some part of this country, they are better. Majority of the players are like this. See, some parts of this country, majority of these players are like this. So, if you want to look at strength, endurance, like all those about to Mohammed, they discovered them to be like, oh, the North. If you look at they got a lot of players from the Bende, Edo, the old Bende states. See, let's take it or leave it. The Eastern too, they're also good in their area. So for me, if there's a particular area that we are struggling, a national team, there are some areas we can scout them and we can start bringing them up from what? From underage. From underage. For example, now, like I will say it here, wingers, they are always from the East, most times. It's from the East or South. They are most from that place. We need to look for exactly where we can get these players and bring them together. Don't go and force somebody in Sokoto to come and be your winger when his primary position is not to be a winger. We can have some of these players so as like an anomaly. It might be from winger, but we produce some of those players in the South. So I'm just trying to say that we need to go back to our policy documents. Let's go and do this take up regional world scouting. Don't let us focus everything on Go project in Abuja. Let's go and do under 17 camp in the East. Let's go and do in the South. Let's go and do in the Southwest. Let's go and do in the Northwest. Let's go and do it so that it can be balanced. That is where you can see the real Nigerian national machine would come out. Than to ask them, a boy that is selling pure water, how would that boy take money and go to Abuja to go and do scouting? When they are, in fact, if you go to scouting in Abuja, you have to pay for your bed where you will sleep. One of the boys normally sleep on the floor. A boy sleep on the floor. How would you expect the boy to pass trial? So, in my own opinion, I think we need to look for identity. We need to look for exactly how to produce players. Focus on where we are strong. We know that we normally have very good attacking midfielders and also what players going forward. From the wings, we have fast strikers. From Southwest. Let's go and get there. That is my opinion. And lastly, before I bring people on, we need to also look for a way to, how will I put it? Look for a way to regulate academy. See, I saw one video that even made me sad. It made me sad because it's not just because of it made me sad. They are playing games. They said the coach the coach there was smoking with the players. Imagine. I'm not saying you not smoke, but it's just that sometimes when you have this rapport with your players, there's going to be respect there and things like that. So I just think that we should also give academy license too. You must have license before you operate in academy in Nigeria. It's also very, very important. So I think that our idea, we should go back to it again and look for exactly how to scout players regionally. That is how we can get our DNA back. Regionally, and go and check them. Regionally, we need to have like what? Regional scouting is going to actually what? Help us to discover what? The ones that will be Eagles of tomorrow. You can see exactly here now. Most of the players here were discovered in Nigeria. Discovered in Nigeria. Most of the players here discovered in Nigeria. The only player that did not really have background in Nigeria was actually what? Efe Soje, number 16. Luton Stan. Most of the players here in Nigeria. And they actually what they did so well for Nigeria. So it's very important that we go back to our DNA and be able to get it back. So I just think that for us to get our DNA back, we have to go to regional scouting and get those players there. There is a link there if you want to join. If you don't want to join, let me just wrap up on my thoughts. So another part, apart from that DNA, is also what? Infrastructure development. There is no infrastructure in Nigeria, and it's shameful. And people say that we don't have infrastructure and Nigeria is going back. When did Nigeria have infrastructure? When did Nigeria have infrastructure? Nigeria did not have a national stadium until 1973. See, the guy, I have either two and Chris waiting for me. Let me just add up on this one. We didn't have it. The time that Nigeria had stadium was 1998 to 2000. That was under Abasanjo and Abdullah Abubakar. They had no Adama Singba, Liberty Stadium in Ibadan, Lagos Stadium, the National Stadium in Lagos. They have Ahmadu Bello Stadium in Kaduna. They have Tafawa Balewa Stadium in Bauchi. They have this UJ SUNS Stadium in Calabar. They have the one in Port Harcourt, Liberation Stadium in Port Harcourt. We had what's it called again? We also have Nnamdi Azikiwe Stadium in Enugu. Imagine they have destroyed that stadium now. Very beautiful edifice. You don't destroy that one now. So we had this stadium. We then, but everything now we don't destroy it. See, and how can we get infrastructure? It's not cheap to build stadium. It's not cheap. Let's go and say it. Though Nigeria government might invest the money, but it's not cheap to build what? To build stadiums. If you want to make it, if you want to also empower our local contractors too, it's also very good. But how many of Nigeria local contractors can build stadiums? Engineer, may God bless his soul, Engineer Folalade helped to build National Stadium in Lagos in the 70s. The two stadiums that we built that are still working now, the one in Abuja, Jesus Baja 2 in Uyo. The guy that is doing stadium in Nigeria now is called Money Miche. He's the one laying rock for all of them in Nigeria. He's laying rock everywhere. He went to go and lay rock in Aba. In Aba. He went to go and lay rock in Aba. He's the one, he's laying rock for them in Makodi, Akpaku Stadium in Makodi. He's laying rock for them. Is it Money Miche? Laying rock everywhere in Nigeria. Laying rock. Is that the standard of what we want? So if we say we want to give contract to a local contractors, we want to encourage them and could destroy everything. It's every go umbrella. They will call Money Miche. He's the one who collect money for somewhere. Why is he the only person? The one in Lagos is the one in Lagos. Is it the Johnson Stadium? Is the one that laid the grass. When some boys want to go and play, they said the grass is not level. It now came online and say, they didn't give him money to maintain it. So look at the shameful thing they did in Enugu. They lay rock, contour dead there. Imagine, you know why you lay rock in your house and one contour, contour dead there. The one the Abba Gida, the one that he laid too in Kano. The same thing applicable to. There's nobody to smooth it. They just go and call some people to come and lay the rug. We have the care of infrastructure, and the local ones are not helping at all. They are not helping at all. So that's the reason why you have to go and call another expatriate. Come and build it. So if you want to develop sports, infrastructure is very important. Lastly, when I was growing up, schools, primary school, always have football pitch. Nowadays, I remember St. Phillips A, St. Phillips, they have their pitches, everything they there. You will see one person just rent a duplex in the middle of where they are selling foam and say that he's doing school. No school again. There should be play area for sport activity. I don't know who is giving these private school licenses. I don't know who's giving them. Sports should be part of their curriculum. So if there is how do you want them to develop? If there is talent in that school, how do you want that boy to develop? How do you want? So that's my thought about that's first one, about our problem. There's still a lot of things. I'm going to go to the Amaju Pinnick regime, next time and talk about the reason why I think Amaju Pinnick killed Nigerian football. So I have some people actually waiting for me here. I have either to join, I have Chris join. So I'm going to just bring either to and Chris first, then Ola and Ushe. I'll go bring you after quickly. So either to thank you for joining, and Chris, thank you for your time. Can you hear me, Ederson? Huh? Can you hear me?
How are you doing?
Yeah, well, I can hear you. Yeah. I think you have an internet problem. Hello, I think you have internet problem.
Yes, I can hear you.
I think I can hear you. Okay, all right. Okay, I can hear you now. Yeah, you can talk now.
Yeah, let me quickly talk. I need to leave. I need to go out now.
Yeah.
I came in when you mentioned infrastructures. I remember that all the infrastructure, all the stadia built during Nigerian World Under 20 in 1999. What happened to all those stadiums now? They are not writing about.
Yes.
Maintenance culture. Some of them are being used for political rallies. They are being used for political rallies.
Mm-hmm.
They not even use the outside of the stadium. They use the pitch, the main ball.
Mm-hmm.
I remember the Nigerian National Stadium Surulere used to be our pride, the pride of the nation.
Mm-hmm.
Back then, Amuzia, they used to hold crusade there on that pitch. On that main ball pitch, they used to hold crusade. And the problem is that they will use this stadium for all sporting related events, and they will not even go and maintain it and do the needful. Hence, Benin Republic will decide to go and play their own matches in Korova, in South Africa, when they can always play in Nigeria, in Lagos, less than 1 hour, less than 2 hours from their country. Do you know how much you are losing? Because if they want to use that stadium, they must pay. Do you know what the level of economy that will bring to the country? People that sell drinks on that area, they will make money too. I know the number of Benuans in Nigeria. At least it's very possible that every household in Nigeria have somebody, a Benuan relatives. We don't know. Our people our leaders are just too myopic. They don't think far. This what is giving call for money now? The stadium used for AFCON, they are renting it to neighboring countries that don't have pitches. Morocco is making money. Morocco is making money from countries. But this one, myopic, because they want is the money on ground now. More share them, more chop them. They don't think far. They are not business oriented. And when they talk about regional scouting, I know that the North has always been producing both right wing and right full backs. Why?
Yes.
Because of pace and strength. Because they
Yes.
are terrain. Because of pace and strength. Even back there in other sports, there's all been producing marathoners for Nigeria. I remember
Yes.
Abbas Mohammed and Tonti Madaki. You know Madaki or something like that. So we should, like I said, we should look inward. Oh, if you want to get swimmers, let us go to Niger Delta. We get swimmers. If you want to get long distance runners, let us go to the north. If you want to get this, give this to there. We are also looking at in the southwest, we have everything. We can have swimmers or long camera. We can get strikers, midfielders, or stuff like that. When we're saying Nigeria police, and I remember even they said it on the stage, they said Bami was one of the best dribbling wingers in the world during his time.
Yes.
The same Nigeria produced him.
Mm-hmm.
Where did we get it wrong? We used to have Princess Jegede, Bola Jegede for girls. We have many girls. I knew Kiro Kosem, I know those people when they started. We used to train together. Now what is happening? Because now what we were talking about academies. The academies are they find there for footballing purpose or just for money making? Any business want to do, you must make money. But the purpose of we are mentioning relational men. Okay, we are mentioning relational men. Now the man is doing business, but he's doing it. He's doing for the love of the game and for money.
Yes.
So you have to put the game there too. No, oh, let me just bring players and sell abroad. I don't care. How many academies have infrastructures?
Yes.
How many of them they have infrastructure? No. The same Legacy Stadium is where all of them are using. Those ones in Lagos. The same place.
Yeah. So I don't
money.
Sorry to even. I don't sorry. Even to buttress your point, with due respect to the president, he has been in power in Lagos for a very long time. Lagos should have like a stadium. Like a stadium, a mega city, a stadium. See, where clubs can come here for pre-season. It was Raji Fashola that built some small stadiums, small pitches around Lagos there. I don't know, maybe it's still functioning now.
No, July, they're not functioning. They've turned it to political. What they are political meeting.
So I'm just saying that to tell you that if you say that sport is going down, you have to hold the government too. This government, they don't care. The last government and this one, that they don't care about football. They don't care about sports. So if there's no infrastructure,
you have been around for some time.
Yes.
You and I have been around for some time. In the history of Nigeria, if the number one citizen doesn't love sports, the number two must be a sport person, must love sports. Yes. Abacha was not a sport person, but Aikomo was a sport person. He even played for Yamatech. Yes. So for now, the both number one, number two, they are all interested in job politics. They don't care about the sports. It's only about rewarding the players. $100,000. That's all the issue.
Yes. That is thank you for your time. Let me just answer this question quickly. So thank you, I can bring you back, but I like your passion to what you want to explain. Because thank you, you can just have a lot of people to work with. Thank you. So Teslim, where somebody is where they are, if you want to see where they are doing in the whole of Lagos, it's Teslim where they are winning on the side of the pitch. You know, see them with that. They are winning on the go and win on Orlando Stadium. Go and win on the wall on the Orlando Stadium. They are win on this corner stadium. Chris, let me hear from you, please.
Man, good day, everybody. Good day, Chris. I say Chris. Good day, Smith. I really don't have much to say like that, about Nigerian football and the organization, because I don't think there's anything that we can say that we have not said already, in regards to how things are going and how we are not able to produce, constant consistently, good players consistently, with the amount of, talents that we have. The other day I was before the game against South Africa, I was watching some interviews where the South Africans were talking about Nigeria, and they kept talking about how, like, in Nigeria the only thing they know is football. Like in South Africa, where like they have rugby, they have cricket, He said, like, in Nigeria, the only thing they know is football. Like, that's the only thing they know there. That's the only sport there. The only sport they know is football. And we're talking about how even with all that, they still, fall behind. Understand? And when you were talking about identity, I was watching an interview with Yakubu and one guy like that from South Africa. And Yakubu was saying to him that, that we know how you guys play. You guys love to keep the ball, possession, and everything. You guys, that's how you guys play. And Yakubu was telling him how the game they were supposed to play against South Africa then, and he told the players that, look, we know you guys are good with the ball, but we'll still find a way to score. And it just goes back to talk about, like, how they have the identity of how they play. The only thing they lack is the players. They don't have quality. If you add quality to that style, they will dominate. They will dominate, and that is the reason why they always get angry anytime we beat them, because they always feel like anytime they play us, they play very well, but somehow, because of our individual quality, we always beat them. But recently, it's been hard for us to beat them. And I remember their goalkeeper saying before the game that they are getting close to beating us. And I remember him saying that. And that should just show you how much they have closed the gap. It's like they have taken the next step, and it's like we are stuck in the same loop, rinse and repeat, doing the same thing and expecting a different result, which is stupidity. So, when I look at Benin Republic, for example, I can't say that Benin Republic, their federation is better than our federation.
Oh no,
it's not. But somehow, look at where they are compared. Look at how they have been performing in this World Cup qualifiers compared to us. So, like, it just shows that we have people in the system that don't understand football and football business. They don't know how to maximize the things that we have, and how we can be able to turn these things into whether it's about the money, making money is part of it, or how to build a system. We don't have any of those things. So it's just very, very sad. It's just really, 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 really sad, because there's no way you can look at that Group C and you see Nigeria there looking like as if they won't make it to the World Cup again. Like, it makes no sense. It's like it makes no sense at all. And the last time we didn't make it to the World Cup, we all thought to ourselves, okay, this will maybe not happen again because of the players we have. Coming into the World Cup, this next World Cup qualifiers, if someone told me that we're going to be in this situation, I would have doubted it. I would have said no way.
But Chris, before I ask you, let me ask you this question.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I like to look at patterns. In the World Cup qualifier for Qatar, remember that we didn't qualify. Remember? For that playoff. That's more remaining. Remember the 1-1 draw in Lagos against Cape Verde? That when it was getting dark, when that shot came, that in the block with his arm also for his chest, he was heading to the back of the net. It was going straight. But the warning signs were there. The warning signs they there. The warning signs they there. It's Nigeria. I will not see the warning sign.
Exactly.
Remember, we lost at home to Central African Republic. We lost at home. We broke. See, that was the first loss on home soil in 40 years of playing World Cup qualifier at home. The last time we lost at home before that Central African Republic was against Algeria.
Yeah, I think I remember that game.
In 1981. That was the last game for Christian Shuku. That Adu Bellumi was dribbling him. That was when the whole world knew Stephen Keshi. Because they brought in Keshi in the second half, he plugged the hole. Everything is sealed. Just like this Fredericks. That's why I was saying that this Fredericks, he just like him. You know, it came me just similar to the way, you know. So, but I would like to, the warning signs were there. We did not see. The problem I have with Nigeria is that we fail to plan. See,
exactly. We fail to plan every time.
Before, you know, we have never had this bad. We never before. In fact, we used to have very bad NFF. There's not been any NFF president that is very good, very bad. But you know what they might do is that sometimes they get their job, they get it well. See, do you know that when we went to the World Cup tournament, the late Taiwo Gujobi was the second there. He went to Angola. He went to Mozambique to go and monitor the game between Mozambique and Tunisia. Motivating the Mozambique, telling them that they need to go to AFCON. And you see, advanced party. We used to go for advanced party. But now, what are we doing? The game between Ghana and Liberia in Monrovia, that Ghana beat Liberia in Monrovia in 2001. Do you know what happened before that game? We used to have them doing this job, but this guy is very lazy. He's a very lazy man. I'm saying it here now. He's a very lazy man. So
yeah, because you know, going back to the South African game, the stadium that they allowed those boys to use. It's for me like that. That's like because you know you like this is like we're talking about. You know, there's no way we should be allowing South Africa to dictate what we're supposed to do. You know, like it's not supposed to be like that. It's not supposed to be like that. In this continent, we're supposed to. We're talking about football powerhouse, people that have the you know the saying and we should be in that seat.
Yeah,
so we should be in that seat. So for me, like you said, poor planning. They say when you don't plan where you're planning to fail, and that's the same thing because this is the same situation that happened in the last World Cup qualifier. We fired Kenatro, and then when we're already close to playing the qualifiers, and then we brought in this guy, and then that happened, and then the same thing again. We finished AFCON, and then you did not think about the fact that we had World Cup qualifier that's the priority of what the next step. And then you fired the coach, and then it took you a whole long period to get a coach, and then you decided after all those interviews, and then you said you give it to Finidi, and then the week that Finidi took the job, instead of him to use that week to plan for whatever it is, and then the next thing he was going around doing interviews, whatever, where the camp was supposed to be open, and just saying a whole lot of things in the interview that didn't help him, and then now we drew a game and lost the other game.
Yeah.
And now you fire Finidi, and then you bring him, start looking for coach again. So like it's the same thing, same circle.
The funniest thing is that he said that it's God that chose Finidi George.
I saw the caption. I saw the caption on his Instagram. He said God has God has. Thank you so much, man. It's good to always be here. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. So Ushe and Kola. So I have Michael and Ongwenri waiting too after this.
Okay.
So yeah, Ushe. Yeah.
Yes, for me, I'll start with what we actually did wrong in regards to sports development. I think everything starts with youth development. There needs to be a government that takes the importance of youth development seriously. Where are the infrastructures? I remember Olisi wrote, I think, kind of a document or policy documents on how the way the Germans improved football in their country and how they created like regional programs to ensure that football became good, especially when they observed that they lost World Cup prior to 2002 World Cup and 2006. That's why you can see that eventually towards 2014 they won the World Cup. So what are we doing in regards to infrastructure? Like, where can you say that it's a performance center for footballers in different regions? Like we say we have 6 geopolitical zones. Where are these 6 performance centers that where these athletes can go and train? So those are the things that I think what's his name, Oga Shehu Diko should work on. I can ensure that those 6 geopolitical zones have performance centers where secondary school students, whether secondary school, university students, can go and have more world-class competitions in those places. Because once they see examples of, imagine, like I remember back in the days when I go to when I was young, when I go for competitions at the national stadium, I'll be awed because I'm like, I don't perform for all these small pitches or run around doing or inter-house sports where they organize inter-house sports. Your school organize inter-house sports, other schools will come and compete, but they don't. I don't think they do that anymore. And there's no that's why we have overage players representing under 17 or the under 20s. So I feel like the NSC should try as much as possible create a 10-year program, a decade program or 2 decades program to ensure that whether it's track and field, whether it's football, whether it's whatever sports that Nigeria is into, we should ensure that there are performance centers that would ensure that talents don't go to waste. And you could also ensure like them Dangotes, them Boa Group, all these big companies, that you give them tax breaks. That's what they do outside. You give them tax breaks, whether it's MasterCard, whatever, give them tax breaks so that they can also put in their what's the name? Resources into those performance centers or into school competition. I remember when we used to have a principal cup in Nigeria.
I just owed you this, like
Yes.
if you remember, there's one scheme they call Adopt a Project, during the last government.
Yes. Yes.
Adopt. So
Adopt
that
an athlete.
no, not adopt an athlete, like take up a project. It was one man. I don't know, is it Baba Ijebu that took over Lagos, and Dangote took over Abuja National Stadium. He gave them $1 million or so plus to go and do the pitch. If I tell you those that planted the pitch, so with that person now come back. If I tell you those that planted the pitch, those that planted the grass, most of them are people walking on the street. There was no professional planting it.
But you see, you have the resources, right? You have resources, but where are the companies involved in the, looks like Godswill Akpabio Stadium? He gave it to Julius Berger, right?
Yeah.
So imagine you are giving those kind of projects to CECC, Julius Berger. I noticed recently when what's the name, Dangote did you said
Money Michel.
yeah, what's the name that Dangote did what's the name, this Sele Express Road. He got the project and did the road, so he has engineers in his what's the name, on his payroll. So you can also outsource expertise, get expertise from outside to do, calling people that are outside, whether they're Nigerians or West Africans, wherever they are, as long as they're Africans and they have those expertise, you bring them into the country and they'll be able to raise those projects up, not giving it to just one random dictum Harry on the streets. Before you know, your money just goes to waste. So it's more like what is the what's the name, procurement of those resources that you want to use in that country. So I think there are standards to do these things, like calling the expertise to do it. You just don't drop money and say you want drop money. You go just enter voice me. And the problem with the happen for Nigeria, you go just carry money, drop am inside voice me, and still go just go. So I think it's the responsibility of you follow through. You follow through just the same way Donald Duke followed through with all his projects in Calabar that year. You see the way Tinapa was booming, the way Obudukatu Ranch was booming, all those cable cars we dated, because you have someone that is on ground. So you have to ensure that you employ those people that we go put their eye for the business. We will say, okay, every 10 kobo, even if money one miss, at least they go know say, okay, the project, they did it to standard. So that's what I feel should be done. Like a 10-year plan. I remember all this, they brought out the same plan. Brought it out, spoke about it. Okay, there's something I was listening during Odysseus podcast where he mentioned that he had like a crack in his knee in 1994, and he could not that the goal Amunike scored, that he could not what's the name play it with his right. What he did was to cross it with his left foot, and before it, Amunike scored. But this is because they had coaches teaching them those techniques at a very young age, so he could play with both feet. See someone like Chukwueze has not learned how to play with his other foot. So sometimes when he even gets to the byline, he's unable to cross with his right foot. He would always want to cut in with his left. So these are the little things. If you see our midfielders, very flat-footed, Indidi that is playing DM, cannot play diagonal pass to save his soul. He cannot read when someone is making a run. Like what's his name? Oyeka cannot pass to save his life. So these are the simple things. But see what's his name? Pedri wasn't look at someone like Pedri. Pedri wasn't born in Barcelona, La Masia. But look at what he's doing now in Barcelona. But this is coaching. Where are the coaches? Where are their badges? How many of our coaches have like a pro license, B, or even an A? We have a technical advisor in NFF, and he doesn't have a pro license. He has been in charge of two World Cup failures right now. 2 World Cup failures, but he's still there. But I heard when Olofijana came, they were giving when he wanted the job, they were telling him story. So these are the where if you be NFF chairman, even if you came there through politics, where are your supporting cast? Are you getting the best supporting cast?
Let me just show you. This is the pitch that he just built this year.
Which pitch is this? Which state?
Yeah, very good.
Oh God! Oh, the one that will host CAF competition.
Yes. If CAF come back again, they will not approve this thing.
Yeah, do not approve it.
Look at the pitch. This pitch is not up to 1 year. If you see the money they spent on this thing, 12 billion or something. As of today, this is the video.
I was listening to this guy Osasue for that journalist. He made a point. He was like, we don't necessarily need to build stadium of 35,000 capacity. Ensure that the pitch, make sure the pitch is standard. Make sure the pitch is standard. Then you can make the population, whether it's 10,000, 9,000, 20,000, at least, but make sure the pitch is world class.
That is the most important thing. So thank you, Uche, for your time, because people actually was waiting. Thank you for that wonderful contribution. I got to make joy if we still have enough time. Thank you. So, Kola, let me hear from you. I've been waiting patiently. Kola.
Good evening, Bismillah. So now, this is my own take. I want to ask a question. Is it not possible to dissolve this present NFF? Is it not? I want to ask a question. Is it not possible to dissolve this present NFF body, then they now go into election, because I think the election is coming soon, right?
Yeah.
I think the election is this month. Or is it this month?
I think it's next
This,
year.
right?
Next year.
Next year.
Yeah.
Is it not possible that they make them understand that if you are not a football lover, or
Mhm.
if you've never been into sport, you are not allowed. So I know it's not possible to bring up that kind of rules, but because I think you are saying if you've never maybe FA position, you are not allowed to contest, isn't it? Because
Uh-huh.
right now, if you look at Amaju, during Amaju, we didn't go to the World Cup.
Uh-huh.
Nothing is being done. And I could remember back then when they were asking Amaju that. Hello?
Yes. I think
Hello?
you are. Yeah. I think you have the camera went off. I don't know. I will try like bring Kola back. I think you're talking about Amaju Phoenix time. Kola, so if you can actually hear me now, when your camera is actually ready, you can actually join back. I think the camera is not ready. I think Kola is struggling with the internet over there. I think he's struggling with internet. So I think somebody is talking about Amaju Phoenix time. Maybe the NFF can be dissolved. See, we can't dissolve the NFF. FIFA will sanction us. So let me just talk about sport grind. I said that for the pitch, this is a treatment they put on it. It's normally done on certain pitch. Okay, so I will get the name. Okay, let's hope that it's never spoiled. It's never spoiled because they put what's it called during the Falcons game. I realized that there are some few things there that is not right. I pray that it's not as if the pitch is going down. It's not going bad. I hope that is the situation. So, caller, if you are there, let me know. I think the caller is ready, but as we wait for caller to join back, I'm going to bring Michael and maybe probably Umbo and Rich as well as you want here. So, Michael, thank you for joining, Michael.
Yeah, thank you for having me again.
Yes.
Humbury, how are you?
Yeah, I'll find my brother.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
So, well, Steve Smith, I can see the passion of Nigerians, but I
Yes.
see beyond the passion sometimes. You see. So the first thing is, who are we?
Hmm.
Who are we? So it is whom we are that will determine what we are going to get.
Mm-hmm.
So I remember when I came back from Ukraine to go and write medical exam in Nigeria for me to
Mm-hmm.
have Nigerian license. I was in the bus with some Hausa guys, and
Mm-hmm.
I brought out a very volatile topic then in the bus. And I said, guys, come, if they give me power now to create something in Nigeria, eh, and it will benefit Nigeria if I put it in Castina,
Mm-hmm.
but it will benefit only Kaduna State if I put it in Zaria, where I was with those guys. I
Mm-hmm.
asked them to pick where they would want me to put it.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know that truly they said, you have to put it in Zaria?
Hmm.
The problem is that we are first tribalistic before nationalistic.
Hmm.
So the truth, I was telling them then that there is no Nigeria in its sense. What we have is Yoruba, Igbo, Hausa,
Mm-hmm.
Kalabari. So
Mm-hmm.
so when people get to power, instead of them to think about Nigeria, they first think about themselves, their family, their local government, even their street and their local government before their state.
Hmm.
Do you understand it now? So that is
Mm-hmm.
why you will see a president will get there, the appointment will be showing where is the president from.
Hmm.
And when you do things in that manner, it's difficult. Okay, I know Smith now.
Mm-hmm.
There is a contract that I have just awarded. Smith is not doing it well, but Smith is close to my younger brother, sister's auntie. Will I put Smith in the prison? It's not possible.
So, yeah.
because they will come to me and say, Abure Mani, sorry, I'm speaking Yoruba already. This is your elder brother or this is your younger brother. You can't put him in prison. Oh. If you put him in prison, the Emere in the house, the Aja in the house, the Osho in the house, what they will do to you, self, you will
Man,
not
baby,
be able to
yes.
sleep.
Don't finish the
So
family. Don't destroy them.
yes, but if I gave it to outsider on merit, whom I don't know, maybe the guy is from Kutuwenji, and I don't even know him, but he merits it according to his profile. But he's not doing it. I can pick him and put him in prison and have
Yes.
rest of mind
Yes.
because he's not doing his job. So
Mm-hmm.
there's no string attached. But when we
Mm-hmm.
begin to do things by I know you, I know you, I know you, nothing will progress because
Yes.
everybody will now start saying during the time of Smithlai, he put this guy. Umbueri, you are there now. It's our turn to also be rich. Oh. Now that this guy, let me shock you, the guy you think is a stupid man may be one of the most brilliant NFF chairman that we ever had. But by
Mm-hmm.
the time appointments and all those things surround him, he will become confused. It will be difficult to function. When you surround yourself with bigotry and tribalism, when that is the order of the day, that is the major problem we have. And I can even tell you to surprise
Oh,
a little, I'll show you now, but maybe you see me.
I
The
think so.
set of 1994,
Yeah.
the set
Can't
of
see you.
1994.
We can't see
Yes,
you.
I don't know what is happening to the camera, but I know you
Okay,
can
just
see
add up
me.
quickly. Yeah.
Can you?
Yeah, just add up
Yeah,
quickly. Yeah, yeah.
yeah. The set of 1994, they
Uh-huh.
did well because then football was more of strength, was more of individual skill, was more of
Uh-huh.
if you have a very brilliant player in your set, you are likely going to do well. If you bring the scenario of 1994 to where we are now, they may also fail. Unfortunately, they may also fail because nobody was teaching technique during your own time too. What did
Mm-hmm.
Yekini tell Olise? He was starting nursing me. Is that a
Mm.
technique? He was shouting Shekini. He was starting nursing me. That was what Yekini was telling Olise. And Olise said it on national TV. That Yekini told me he was shouting Shekini nursing me. So, then too, they did well because they were strong. Football was more force, brutal. They can break your leg and move on. So I think if we want our football is not in isolation. Our football is also a picture of the trajectory of our country and whom we are.
Mm-hmm.
Our football is
Yeah.
going down the same way education is going down. Ibadan was
Mm.
the number 4 best university in Commonwealth in the 70s and 60s. Do you know that UI
Mm-hmm.
was number 4 in countries when you put countries like UK, America, Canada, Australia, every country in Commonwealth that has a university or that has 20 universities or that has 5 universities, Ibadan was number 4. Please go and check the position of UI now in
Mm.
Commonwealth universities in the world. So
Mm.
these are the issues. So it's
Yeah.
not only our football that is going down, education is going down. What is happening in our health? Doctors are
Mm-hmm.
also running away. That's why I'm
Mm-hmm.
here, right? So
Yeah.
football is not just an isolation. The
Yeah.
same thing that will solve the problem of football is the same thing that will solve the problem of health. Is the same
Yeah.
thing that will solve the. So it is when we begin to reason in that organic way. But if not, we only manage what diasporas can give us, what
Yeah.
Lookman can give us, what
Yes.
Osimhen can give us. And if you don't think in that direction, unfortunately,
Yeah.
we will continue to go down. That will
Ah,
be the order. So
thank you, Mr.
that's just
Michael.
the
All right.
yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for that beautiful contribution again. Really actually what
All right.
enjoyed that. Thank you. So we couldn't actually what hear him that much, but that's the reason why. Just to finish his thought, and so Kola is going to be back now. Kola, let's Kola finish his thoughts before I go. If I take on Barry. Kola, you are saying something about Amaju
Oh,
Phoenix
oh,
as if
yeah. Like what I'm trying to say that okay, let me just go this way. If you remember, okay, Taiwo Kunjobi, Taiwo
mm-hmm,
the late secretary. I think ever since the set of maybe Taiwo Kunjobi, like we've never get it right anymore. Because I could remember the National Stadium 19 the host Nigeria 99, which I went to watch, and it was the same stadium they used for Ghana Nigeria
Nigerian,
2000,
yes,
where they played the final. But
yes.
if you look at it, whereby where you put people who doesn't care about the nation, people that are not a nation builder,
Mm-hmm.
that only care about themselves, their pockets. And if you could remember, I don't I there was a day I posted something about tribalism and
Mm-hmm.
religion, which you like on my IG.
Yes.
The day we stop using tribalism or religion, that is the day we get it right.
Hmm.
Put the right place, put the right peg into the right hole. Shake it now. And if you remember, you were saying, okay, this religion produced so. Okay, the East produced the midfielder for us, JJ, Etimesi, Mikel Obi, and from where do you want to get them again? Like, do the normal thing. Principal Cup, I played Principal Cup. I went to the Kaduna University game. I went to that back then. Ever since then, where are the things? No more, no development, no. I don't just know. The whole thing is just messed up. So what do
Hmm.
we do until? To me, I think this coming election, if there is a way we can get the people that really want
Mm-hmm.
the progress of the country, of our nation football, everything about the thing
Yes.
to progress, let
Yes.
them contest.
Yes.
I remember the last election, the one Galadima, is it Galadima, what was his name, contest against Shego Degbami, the one that
Yeah.
Shego Degbami lost.
Yeah.
I told so I said I wanted Shego Degbami to win that. That person said, forget, Shego Degbami will never win that place. And I was surprised the way Shego Degbami lost that election. Because
Mm-hmm.
everybody is fighting for themselves, everybody is fighting for their pocket. They didn't want
Yes.
the progressive of the national team.
Mm-hmm.
I don't, okay, now, do you watch this? I'm just talking about the Nigeria sports institution entirely, not only the
Yeah.
football. In every aspect, it is wrong. We are not getting it right. Do you
Yeah.
watch this Japan World
Yes.
Athletics
Yeah.
Championship they went for? Do
Yeah.
you remember there was a guy that ran the 400-meter? He said he didn't prepare for this competition.
Mm-hmm.
He said he was informed late.
Mm-hmm.
A competition whereby the officials are more than the athletes to the competition. You
Mm-hmm.
can see they just went for jamboree. They just went just to want to go and enjoy for vacation. They didn't
Mm-hmm.
prepare for all this. After the set of Shewon Dukoya, Fashuba, where do you want to get them again? No.
Faila. Oh, yeah.
After the set of after this, yes, sure, yeah. After the set of them Olise and Co, where do you want to get it again?
You
No,
know,
our football is just going down.
Kola, I think you're right. I think there used to be Moby Track. Do you remember Moby Track? Moby
Yes,
Track and
now
Field. There used to be Moby Track and
I
Field.
play.
They
Do
used
you
to,
want to tell them? See, I did. I went for National Sports Festival. I went with Takumba Akoko to Kaduna. I'm just
hmm,
saying I play Principal Cup. I'm just saying this, but tell me the grassroots how they build everything where it is today now. Everything is dead
hmm,
because amount everybody is fighting for their pocket. They have their own player they want to promote, they want to sell so that they can have an income. Where
yes.
where do you want to get it from? Okay, imagine now for them to get a better coach, if the coach didn't dance to their tune, they will not hire the coach. Do you know why Western succeeded in that 1994?
Hmm.
It's
Yeah.
because he didn't dance. Western was dealing with the president directly, was dealing with
Hmm.
the head of state. That was
Yes.
why Western was able to succeed. Why do you think Bofijo was able to succeed in 1996? It was because he was dealing with them directly.
Hmm.
Look at it. Okay, man, I don't just know the country is in a mess. The only thing I can just say is if we can, the people that have the interest of the nation at heart, bring
Hmm.
them in, let them contest. I believe that is where we can get it right. Put the right
Hmm.
people in the right place. Because and one more thing now, people are complaining about this South Africa, SAFA, and did they know before that these people they are neighbors? They are neighbors. They will do whatever it takes. You never can tell behind. You don't know what is going on in the room. They know how to play the politics at the end of the day, sort each other out at the end of the day. They will. It is a thing that Lesotho and Zimbabwe can say they are not playing the game in South Africa. They want to play it in another country. Botswana is there now. Why did they go to Botswana all these days that they want to play in Botswana? Why now when the whole thing like FIFA started the investigation? Why now?
Let me
That's
just
all
say
I have to
something.
say.
Father, you mentioned the issue of politics, both domestic, CAF, FIFA, whether they play well. Do you think that they can try this one with Morocco in the same group? They will not try with Morocco.
Never.
Never.
And do you know
You
the funniest thing? The moment Lesotho Zimbabwe is in the same group with them, Morocco will start everything.
everything.
Morocco will raise alarm. That
Yes.
moment, Morocco will raise alarm. It is not possible for Zimbabwe, Lesotho, South Africa, neighbor country being the same. They will say never, never.
Yeah. And when I raised this thing before, because that Patrick Musepe wanted a regional World Cup qualifier. That's what he wanted.
Yes, now.
When you are playing, you want a
Yes.
regional okay, South will produce one, West Africa produce three. He wants that. And the only team
Yes.
to suffer that can qualify for the World Cup now is South Africa. Angola is
And he's not sure.
It's not sure. Angola is almost out. So
South Africa will not go to the World Cup 100%.
It's a big thing. But you know what I would just say basically is that you're right about the politics. See, let me tell you something there. You said something that okay, if you have the Nations Act, okay. See, it's not only about being committed. Be like what you are doing. Like what you are doing. They took Nigerian officials to Spain to go and learn something they are teaching in La Liga. All they were doing is go and be watching people wearing mini skirts on the beach in the beach. Is their mind there? Is their mind there? Is their mind there? See, my brother, let me tell you something. Most of these guys are not football fans. They're not football fans.
Pardon me. Remember this ex or former minister Dari something that said he wants to build world class stadium in Nigeria, that they gave money. At the end of the day, where is it? A nation where there's no accountability.
Don't
Where
let
there's
me
no
just
accountability.
Don't let me talk about that one. I can talk about my
Dari. Is it Dari or Dari something?
Something that See, let me tell you something. The issue is that even me, you, everybody, part of the system. I know somebody that were very close, but when this person got to the position of power, I told him that please, what we used to discuss, try and make a change. After 2 months, no, the man is not that bad. It's just because we were outside. It's just because we were outside. That's why we are complaining. Things is going to change. Let me tell you something there, my brother. Genuine football interest. See, it starts from me. It starts from you, fans. It starts from journalists. It's going to continue till the administrators, to footballers too. Let me tell you something. See, we don't have the best of coaches before, Kola. I said this story here before in the past, that when Philippe Crusade qualified Nigeria for the World Cup, they sacked him because he was playing 3-5-2 against he qualified before the game against Guinea in Conakry. He qualified.
He qualified us with 2 games ahead, or 3 games. He qualified us with 2 games ahead to play. Yeah. He qualified us.
They went to go and bring Fanyamu as temporary coach, second director. So they asked this guy, Bora Mitrovic, to come and coach Nigeria going to the World Cup.
Bora from Yugoslavia.
Bora set up Nigeria against Spain in a 4-5-1 formation. And the players get that. That way, they're praying. The guy that said that, guys, yes, we know they play 4-5-1. We know how we play this thing. We are going to play 4-4-2. We're going to win this game. These players, too, to take responsibility. There's
Yes.
some things that you just okay, you want to win, but if you have the power, if you don't have the power, you don't have this thing. What will you do?
Zeal.
Let's
You don't have
let's
the
let's
zeal,
let's
the
accept
commitment, the
this
spirit.
team. This team is not good.
No, to be sincere, this team is good, though. But do you know what they are lacking? I'll be sincere. Do you know what they are lacking? That spirit, commitment. Okay, now let me ask you this thing. I had one information that online fought the NFF official that they didn't protect them enough.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that. Look at the Victor. Look at the injury. There's a lot of things. Oh, I listened to one interview that this guy did. One interview. Obasobuke. He said he sustained injury when he was representing the country. He said they never write him. They never sent him any message. They never did anything. It was when he was getting better, they now sent him an invitation again. So if you are in their shoe, would you want to die? Would you want to kill yourself on the pitch for them? Let's
There's
be
a player in
sincere.
this. There's a player before you go, Bola. Player in this current Super Eagle. They went to play friendly game. The boy got injured. Now ambulance came to take the boy. And already is laughing. Came to take the boy from the pitch. Now ambulance. You know what happened? Ambulance carry go
No,
hospital. No NFF official follow him. His
you
teammate
see,
did not ask for him.
okay.
The Moroccan doctor that treated the guy said, guy, be going back to where I'm coming from. I don't want to mention the club that he plays for. Be going back to where you're coming from.
Mm,
So be going back.
exactly.
Be going back quickly. So go and treat yourself there. No
And do you know what
NFF. No.
happened? Do you know what happened?
So
Is that
uh-huh.
I'm not going to crucify Ekongo. Ekong is a
Mhm.
good player. He's a good leader. But you see, that leadership thing. You see what I listened to what this guy said. Ayegbeni and
Mhm.
one ex what is it Udoka that Olise fought for them when they gave him 200K. They said he should sign for 200K. But Olise said no. That
Uh-huh.
no, everybody when you have a captain
Yeah.
that is ready to fight for everybody who is not trying to save his head. I don't know, maybe that's what happened. Why they're not
But
calling Balogun the national
the
team.
captain is
Maybe
not
that's one of
the
the things.
captain. The captain too then was probably the best player in that team. So
Yeah,
you
but no,
know,
well, it's okay. But it's all good.
all right, Kola, thank you for your time. Thank you, Kola. So I promised to ask today, but I already overshoot my time again. Oh my days, why am I a bad timekeeper now? So Kola, thank you for your time, Kola. Umbury, your thoughts quickly. I know that I think I have IoT left, but IoT will come last. Probably I'm gonna have with IoT. But Umbury, your thoughts.
If you want Nigeria to be better, I don't
Mhm.
think peace can solve Nigeria to be better in terms of sports. People have to go to jail for this.
Mhm.
Mm, people have to go to jail because if people didn't go to jail, it will becomes like a tradition. Let's go and do things. Nothing will happen. That I don't care attitude is there.
Mhm.
Now, concerning about the under 17, I don't think that regional
You
work
posted
going to.
one. Eh?
I don't think that regional thing will work.
Why?
It will work if Bayo's colleague will allow the coaches to do their work.
Who no, so you have around 160 people watching this game here. Nobody knows Bayo. Who is Bayo?
If Bayo, the agent, Bayo colleagues
Okay.
will
What is not inside them?
allow.
This is
That's
YouTube. Majority of people
No,
don't know
no,
Bayo. So just
I
see
know
the
that
project.
I called him because he's one of the agents. He's an agent. Not only
Mhm.
him, I'm still coming. If Marvel, what's his name again? Those people that owns agents, this thing, and all these agents, will they allowed?
Mhm.
They will not. The NFF, they don't care. I heard that Iguavon has his own academy. So these are the things. When you look at those things, you think that this region will. It's not gonna be possible. All these NFF men, they have their own people. They have their own this until they come together and said, you know what, coach, do whatever you want to do. Any person that offer you money, bring that person. But they can't do it. It's already too late. It's not going to be possible. That's not the regime of when Siasa was, coach, we summer everything. No, they know what they are doing. The only thing I want is if the coaches are good to teach those boys the best way to play football. It's not all about the players. What about the coaches? The coaches in under 70, are they qualified enough? Did they not? Are they equipping themselves in terms of the modern football? If they can do that, let's see how they can transform those boys. These are the things I'm looking at. Then, concerning about the NFF, sometimes some people, sometimes I will be asking people, where are their logic? Ugavon came online, said, let's focus on AFCON. I was just thinking, said, NFF technical advisor is telling the whole public, let's focus on what? AFCON, which means they have given up. Which means they don't even know whether we will qualify or not. Which means they have not even calculated, okay, this. Those people, they don't care about.
Hold on, worry. Talk where. Please wear clothes. Oh, wear clothes.
Yeah.
It's okay. If I want to bring you on, please wear clothes.
Yeah. They don't
Marolo, wear clothes. Continue.
Yeah. So they don't care. They don't care about football.
Mm-hmm.
They don't care about it. The only thing they will let us win and see whether we can get money from the president. Because you see all those guys when they get win, hey, all their mind, hey, we are doing our job. They are not doing any job.
Yes.
They are not. I'm waiting. How is that Venezuela match week? I'm waiting for that secretary. I'm waiting for him. Thank God I will be off. I want to see him in Houston. Whoever that see him, tell him that Humble Head want to see him. I want to see him in Houston. I want to see him face to face. You can't. If you talk, I call police on him. I call police on him. I will do that. This is not Nigeria. I want to see if he's coming. I want to see him face to face. If I see Guso, I will ask him question. I will bring camera.
And let me just jump on where you mentioned about the agents and about commitment. See, and I will say it here now. I don't with any fear of this thing. A player made your 17 team, and they told the agent that 60% of that boy, they are the owner of the 60%. The agent is going to be owned by is 40. The boy is a good defender. He likes to play from the back. Very tall, very good defender, young player, under 20, under 3 ages, good player, but you hear that.
What about the player's money? What would the player be benefiting?
No, when they sell the player, for example, if they sell the player for $100,000, the people on the under 17 will take 60,000. So the 40 is going to be.
So if they take this,
if the agency, I don't know, I think all the
okay,
boy value.
Let's make it like 300,000. They make, right? How much would the NFF will be getting?
They will be getting close like 200.
200. How much would the agent will be getting?
Let me just say like 100, roughly 100.
If it is 300, if the NFF get 200, it will remain 100,000. And the agent with then what about the boy and the family?
No, it's gold part of the agent's money.
Okay, so which means that the agent will give him 20,000 and take 80,000. Is that not more than slavery?
No, see, them doesn't work. See, this thing, the way they see, they turned back so many good players from this one 2017. They turn back so many good players. It's because they want to make money. This is where they are. These things every 4 years they want to make money. So don't worry. That is thank you for that. I just have some few people. I know that you are passionate about these things,
No,
but
yes. For me, is this: if they want the football to be good, people have to go to jail.
yes,
It's not.
absolutely.
I don't think that it's gonna be peace or this. Otherwise, it will repeat itself again. I rest
Yeah.
my case. Yeah.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
So Alex T. Okay, right on Barry. So Alex T, are you ready? Okay, let me just beat them talk quite quickly. Let me talk where ran away. Let me talk where ran away. He wasn't wearing shirt, so he ran away. So
I'm ready.
sport guy. Yes.
All right, welcome everyone.
Let's just
How you
quickly
guys all doing?
sorry,
Okay,
let me
okay,
just take
go
this
ahead.
podcast quickly. So I wasn't talking about Nigerian football when the politicians when the position of the NFF and Secretary General are not politicized, then we can expect policy changes. See, let me tell you something. I think our problem is even leadership recruitment. We don't know the right person. Even if there's no politics there, some people might vie for that position, not prepared, not ready. And when they get there, they start doing nonsense. That's my take. So I just think that I don't know. See, even you cannot even trust footballers. You cannot even trust footballers. Some of the current Super Eagles players now, they're already part of the NFF, part of the rot of the system. I don't know who to trust again. And God save Nigeria. So thank you, Sport Grinder. Let me hear from you.
All right, yeah. So I really liked that Michael's contribution. Like I don't really know who said it, but there's a saying that we know what we're doing, we know the problem, we know what we're doing is bad, but we don't want
Mhm.
to fix it. So the solution to every parastatal in Nigeria that's on the grind, like on the decline now, is just fixing Nigeria. Once you fix that head, and if there's repercussions to anyhow behavior, you see everybody will sit up. That's why, like we run to the West, you go to UK, Canada, US. It's not because like they're over better than us. It's because there is a repercussion for anyhowness. They like, you can't just come in US and just tell the US MNT body and say snake swallow money, like from White House. Like, you cannot just say that. Like, there's gonna be repercussions. So we know
Mhm.
what it's doing. But however, even South Africa itself, right now, they're rapidly declining society, but they still have the will to succeed in some things. So
Mhm.
everything depends on will.
Yeah.
If we have an NFF chairman, like during I always go back to Megary's time. In his little capacity, you can tell the man passionately liked football. Maybe he did not know how to run it the best. He was not
Mhm.
like flashy to go and get deals here and there, but he knew how to make grassroots work, because maybe he saw that our players were declining. At that time, the only real big players we had were Mikel, Chelsea, Moses in Chelsea.
Mhm.
There was a boy in Betis, this Edo boy,
No side cable.
Gebo, and then Onazi of Lazio. We didn't really
Mhm.
have like big players. The rest were just like pop, like in trash places. So
Maybe and too.
plus Emenike, and maybe they. If you look at Kiev was not all that, but it was okay. Maybe he saw this thing and like, hey, if we don't have replacement, we're not gonna get people. So he put his all and started something that was key, the under 15 program. That thing really helped
I think
Nigeria.
he did 13 now, 13.
Oh, yeah, yeah. He even reduced. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Under 13, but I think the pictures we really saw was the under 15 ones, and they
Yes.
graduated. So that's why when you saw those boys play, there was no way they were not going to qualify, because they were very
Mhm.
good. From
Mhm.
Gaba to Amunike set, even
Yeah.
though small money was changing hand, but they were still selecting some players. They had merit slots, which outnumbered the slot for bribery. So if
Mhm.
we have an FA chairman that is really intentional, even as there's decay in the Nigerian society itself, that guy will make this thing work. Like when this lady that that died. What's her name? Dora Queenly. She was NDLA chairman. Nigeria was rotten that time, but she wanted to make her field work. You know, so if an NF is somebody that comes, if you put Olofinjana there, or if you put Olofinjana or Michael Menalo as NFF chairman, there's no way our football will not work. He will have a plan. You know, he must have a plan. So it's depending on the person, but they know what they're doing. They're bringing PDP, APC politicians to come into position. Those guys don't really care about football. Like, what does Gusar really care about? He doesn't really care about football. He's working on his appointment on how to become a minister later. So all these ones we're doing is not really, governor or something. So NFF don't really like, if we don't qualify for 12 World Cup, we think concern the guy. So, but to tell you how they are blindsided, I'm surprised because I know you're close to these guys. I'm surprised you said they have not even petitioned Bloemfontein. The first thing they're supposed to say is FIFA and CAF. You see this Bloemfontein, we cannot play there against Lesotho. We'll play in any other pitch. And when Lesotho tells you where they're going to play, you send an advance team to go and investigate the pitch. It's not like you will now start looking at the pictures 3 days to the match and you're like, oh my God, what is happening here? You know, so we have a long ways to go, you know.
Yeah.
But I feel in the interim, in the long term, it's fixing Nigeria, but that one will never happen. Like, it's not even going to happen in the next 2 centuries. So we have to start doing patchwork. We have to do patchwork. And what's the patchwork? Just hoping that somebody, you know, that likes football kind of bamboozles his way into power. You know,
I want to ask one question before I go to Alex T. You know, during the qualifiers for the 2018 World Cup, we did not, there was no pressure. You know, when we went to Zambia to go and beat Zambia and Ndola, you know, there was no pressure. We came back, I think we came back to beat Algeria in Uyo, you know, Cameroon again. You know, there was no pressure. Do you think it was due to the NFF plan? That's number one. And secondly, do you think, okay, let me just ask that question. Do you think it was due to NFF plan that we were able to navigate that World Cup qualifier easily?
That World Cup qualifier, if you notice, after the draw was made, the whole of Nigeria just assumed we were not going to that World Cup. So first, pressure don't come out, you know. So we were just like, and then what led to that qualifiers? We had not gone to AFCON. We missed the AFCON.
Yes.
Cameroon had just won that AFCON.
Yes.
Algeria had performed very well in the last World Cup and were on the up and coming and had like Mahrez and all that.
Yes.
And Leicester had won this thing. So everybody was like, you know what? Let's forget about it. And Zambia were still smarting from that 2012 AFCON they won. So we just looked at it like, this group, there's no way we'll make it out. So first, there was no pressure. Now, I will not say NFF planned well. They never planned well. But I would say they got the Akwa Ibom state government to help sponsor a lot of things. You know, the Akwa Ibom state government really helped that qualifiers. Uyo was just newly built. They allowed the players camp. You know, they helped in footing a lot of bills. So I think a lot of things played its fact. And again, good luck. Good luck just happened to, you know, like Algeria were just tanking, and Cameroon's coach, Bruce, that time decided not to call his good players. So everything just worked for Nigeria in that period, you know. But I'll not say it's down to NFF plan work. It was just down to circumstances and luck.
Yeah. Okay. You know, and I also talk about the coach too, Kenneth Draw. When they made that draw, the Kenneth Draw already mapped out the games and the results he's going to be chasing. So he knew that it would be very good for him to start on a very good note. And he went to Ndola with a very young squad against Zambia. He went there to Zambia, and that was a statement. And Cameroon drew 1-1 with Algeria. That same with Algeria. So that first one already 3 points, you know, ahead of Cameroon and Algeria. And we hosted Algeria in Uyo next when we scored 3 goals to 1. Was it 3 goals to 1?
3-1. And then Cameroon drew 2-2 with Zambia. the day
U22
before.
in Zambia. Yes. So from there, we're already on 6 points, and we now add to beat Cameroon to extend our lead. So, get a draw, add it plan. In fact, after the third game against Cameroon in Uyo, that 4-0 victory, I think we're like home and dry, because I knew then that nobody's gonna catch us, So it's just like the confidence level, because I think we went to Cameroon to go and draw 1-1, then we have to now beat Zambia in Uyo to just qualify fully before
After the win against Cameroon in Uyo, it was a matter of one more win, and we were good. One more win. We didn't even need one more point. It was a matter of one more win, so that made things easier. But I don't know, and just to call out something, we're likely going to. I don't know. I'm very hopeful, but I want people to start getting used to the fact of not seeing us in the World Cup. Morocco, it happened to them for 16 years. After 98, they knew something had to change. I hope we get to that point of something has to change. And I hope, but we may not get to that point. We may have to get an actual president, not NFF president, an actual president of Nigeria that's like, you know what? This football used to bring us together. Now, there's nothing even to look forward to. We are tired of Nations Cup. It's actually going to be a president that will be like, you know what? I want to put my eyes on football. And monitor their presidency or whatever, and make sure someone comes in there on merit. Because sometimes some presidents come in and maybe they are still putting their boys everywhere, but they tend to at least say, you know what, this place, making I just do them on merit, So we need that particular. Maybe we may get to that point, but I'm already getting used to the point of like we may not even see ourselves in Morocco, Portugal, Spain 2030 World Cup. We may not see us qualifying.
I hope it doesn't get there. I hope it doesn't get to that level. Thank you for your thoughts.
All right, nice
Thank
one,
you.
man.
That's a very nice conclusion. Thank you. So, Alex, I think it's the first time I've been here.
Yeah, this is my first time to meet, man. I mean, on the live show, but I'm always on the background on the show, and I'm always on the other platform too with IoT on the other platform. So
all right,
I appreciate it, man. You're doing a great job, my brother.
Thank you.
Yeah. But it's I don't know, man. Nigerian football, man. I've been watching Nigerian football in the days of from Port Harcourt, watching from Sharks United. I'm a big fan of Sharks United with Richard Obokre. And for me, I just want to go back. One of the best coaches that I've seen, I used to play soccer, is Monday Sinclair.
Yeah.
He was very technical. I think he coached Nigeria for like a brief period when can't remember who left. But I think he's one of the best coaches. He was so technical. And that's why I'm looking at Nigerian football, right? It's not about the talent alone. Football is not talent alone.
Yeah.
It's technical now. That's why you see all these our Oyibo-born girls and boys, they are different when you look at the way they play.
Yeah.
Because in US, it's not about talent. Most of them don't have the talent, but the technical thing they teach them from elementary school, they start playing. My friend, his daughter is playing basketball. They travel with her everywhere. She's in middle school. She's not even high school yet. So they coach these people. I remember Zlatan Ibrahimovic said, it's only in America you come and pay for your child to play football. Because you pay to join the group, to join the team, and they travel, they play. I remember Genewari was my classmate in Port Harcourt. So we used to play like school sports. There's no school sports anymore. I remember they played a tournament. I don't know if it was a school sports or something. When Kano Wanko representing his state, it was Abia State or something, they came. Remember Okosha came, he was playing for House of Rock or something like that. In Port Harcourt, there was tournament going on. Now we don't have all those things.
Yeah.
We don't have. So that's why I look at our under 17. I always ask myself, Nigeria won under 17 like multiple times. What about under 20? Because now when our boys get to under 20, it's a different ball game.
Yeah,
you have Spain. You have Spain come. They have players that play for Barcelona. They have all these kids that play. We can't stand them.
Yeah.
And then we always say, oh, the boy is too young. This boy is too young. Dude, by the time they get to that 20, 25, they're already old.
Yes.
They're old. You need to bring these boys when they are 17. I follow our female team, the under 17 team. I've seen the girls play 2-3 tournaments.
Mm.
I've seen the same people play this. I'm like, at what age they start? Like 12, 13?
14.
And they still playing. They're still playing 2 tournaments. Like, you got to graduate.
Yeah.
I've never seen any American under 17. They go play the next tournament. They're gone. Once you play that, you're gone. You go to the next level.
Yeah.
But our own, they will keep playing. Even the under 20 now, I've seen some of them that have played 2-3 times.
Yeah.
You know, so it's not talent alone. It's like everybody's been saying, the administration and the coaching crew. It's not about kickball pass. It doesn't work. Teach these kids. You need to teach them, the coaches. And I always ask myself, why is all our former players want to only coach the male team? Super Eagles. What about the female team? What is that guy that coached Zambia and Saudi Arabia? What's his name? Yeah. He went and coached French national female team.
Yes.
Gary Neville coached French English team. Why not our men? Why not Omokashi? Why don't Mike? Why can't they coach our female team? Start somewhere. You always have to be Super Ego. John Utaka now is coaching the team in France. Why can't you bring those people? Bring them. Bring Olufunjani. Bring all those people back. Let them coach. We don't have to. I know that the black coaches don't have the same privilege or that other people have. If not, how is Scott Parker is going to be? Is Scott Parker better than Samson Siasia?
Yeah.
It's not. Frank Lampard is not better than Siasia. But the black coaches doesn't have those same advantage. Yeah. I understand that part. Yeah, we cannot go out. Only a few coaches who Stephen Keshi, Daniel Omokashi, Aminike went out. They don't have the same advantage as their white counterpart. But we need to start all these players that are NFF this, Okosha, everybody. Why they come together? Even the former Super Eagles players, they're not together. I was listening to Brilla FM, not to bring that in, and I was listening to Efan Udezi. Was like, the Super Eagles themselves, the ex-players, they are not together.
Yeah.
Just take our fan club. I remember our fan club used to have the same problem. Even the fan club are not together.
Yeah, because there are like 5 factions. So what do we singing? Pam 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 pam. I was thinking, thank you. I was like, what is happening here? So they now confuse the players.
I know. Yeah,
they cool walking. Someone is singing pam 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 pam. Everybody. I was like, what is happening?
We don't support Nigerian football. Even looking at the fans, there will be Nigerian national team Super Eagles playing. Everybody is wearing Arsenal jersey. Everybody is wearing Chelsea jersey. Everybody is wearing this team jersey. Look at other countries, man. They wear their country jerseys. They come. The whole stadium is green or red or blue. Everywhere.
I also think that sometimes too, before I should let you go, I think Super Eagles don't disappoint us too. Because if you remember during when Nigeria just finished, when you just beat Rwanda 2-0 in Kigali, and the hopes were high that Nigeria beat Rwanda in Kigali. Lots of Nigeria troops in to watch the game against Zimbabwe, and that last minute equalizer from Zimbabwe came. That one we weakened them, like, come on. We just had a very good AFCON, and homecoming we drew at home to South Africa, in Uyo when it was packed. So sometimes too, we don't maintain this level of consistency. Look at the game against Ghana in Abuja. I've never seen that crowd before watching Nigeria in my life. They are like Abuja was bouncing in that game, was bouncing. I think it was over 60 kids that watched that game. But what happened? They broke the share, they left. So it's just, I think also the Super Eagles too need to maintain that level of consistency and try and bring the fans back. For example, now Morocco, you will see them, even female always packed in that stadium because Morocco will hardly disappoint because they make that advantage, can't you know? For your final word, Mr. Alex, before I bring
Yeah, I wanted to say about the stadium. I remember, I think it's 1999, Nigeria hosted the under 20.
Yeah.
I watched the first international game I've ever watched was in that stadium, Port Harcourt Stadium. Stadium grass, everything was perfect. I watched Brazil. I think Brazil played there. That was my first international game. The field was so beautiful, the grass. But now, I don't think, I don't think they can even play any game there. I don't think they can. So we don't maintain. Why, when you give people to build a stadium, why don't you hold them accountable and say, hey, this stadium that you're building, we want you to at least maintain this stadium for 10 years. I don't know if they even do that. 10 years. If it's just like they construct road in Nigeria, when George Berger controls road, you tell them, I give you 10 years, so you have to be maintaining it for 10 years.
You know that 2015 was when they built that stadium in Uyo. So George Berger signed it for 10 years to maintain the stadium. So the government just renewed it now to continue. If they didn't renew it, you will not recognize Uyo in next year. I can tell you that the local guys, they cannot actually control. Thank you, Mr. Alex. Nice talking to you.
Thank you, man. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Yeah. So that's Mr. Alex actually joining for the first time. Thank you for joining. So I have to bring, guys, don't send request again. I have to bring out your tea and Temidokwe. That's so Temidokwe always make it fast. Temidokwe. Yeah, you are
Hello, Mr. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you quickly. Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can
hear you. Me now?
Yes.
First of all, I will take long today because I've been not out of this program. I will not ask of me. That's one.
I don't know your Andrew. That's the reason why.
No, I'm not around.
Oh.
I'm out of Lagos. That's why.
Okay. If I know where to ask of you, if I know where to ask of you, I'll have asked of you. But continue.
Okay, man. IoT, how are you doing?
I'm good.
Okay. Okay, let's talk here. Talking about the flying Eagles, I was there on Monday. Talking about the player that wants 10 million naira. I laugh. 10 million for what? For playing for under 20. That's bullshit. That's one. Secondly, the manager, the coach himself. What the pedigree now? What the pedigree of the manager? I want to know. I don't know him from anywhere. The team is paid. I don't know anybody from that team. But my play for that team. No, about my story already. So what about my story? About the Super Eagles, for me, it's all over. It's not over. It's not over. No show. What? I don't see how they have drop 6 points after that 2 game. I don't see how. They collect 3 points. They take away 3 points. They may have 14 points. So there's only 4 points. 4 points. 4 points.
If they drop 3 points, they'll be in trouble.
If they win, if they drop 3 points, if they play against them, they just collect 3 points from them. They have 14 points already now. After they come 3 points, have 14. Now that 4 points, one match I won't for them. I don't have been that team, not that team. Get doing Nigeria. Can't beat them. Can't beat them after that ratio. One more thing. Why the way the two different also Zimbabwe. Why the way playing there? Angola is also in South Africa. How can they go to play in Angola or Mozambique? Why South Africa all the time?
Maybe they have more fans in South Africa. They are neighbors now. They are neighbors actually. Okay. Maybe that's the reason why. Yeah, I think we'll have to actually let him go. I think because it's not in Lagos. I think the network is not performing. It's not doing well actually. In fact, okay, let me just take a look out. So thank you for joining. At least nice to actually see what I still have Shonobu actually was here. But IoT, let me just hear from you directly so that Take
Yeah.
it.
Good evening, guys. Good evening, Smith.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been listening to everything everybody has said, and I think some people make some good points about what needs to be done in our football, how we can improve things, how we can get better, um, without flogging the dead horse. I think the quality of our coaches, Nigerian coaches, I think they need to step up in general. They need to try to really improve themselves. They need to work harder. They need to try to really get more certifications, get higher qualifications, and prove themselves and work their way up. We've spoken about these things so many times about how our coaches just sit down at home and wait for the next time that if they sack Eric Shell now, all of a sudden you start hearing, oh, this person wants the job, that person wants the job. But what's that person doing in the interim? I mean, at least Eric Shell, he was coach of Mali. When he left Mali, he went to coach somewhere else. While the ones that went to go and call him from where he was coaching to come and
Yeah.
coach us. But somebody, they will just sit down at home and not do anything and then hope to get the Super Eagles job next time I opens. And then if they hire somebody else, like why are we hiring a foreigner when we don't support our own things like that? But like,
Yeah.
bro, like why would I hire you? It's like if you're my brother and I have a company, maybe not everybody, but me, if I have a brother and I have a company and I'm looking for somebody to be the next CEO, if my brother has not gone to do what it takes to run the company, I'm not going to hire him, let him come and run my company down. I will look for somebody that even if I don't know this person from anywhere before, I know this person is qualified for the job, I would hire the person. So for me, I always say Nigerian coaches go and do something. I think was it Kola or somebody or Alex T that was saying Siasia is not better than Lampard. What's Siasia doing to prove that he's better than I mean Lampard is not better than Siasia? What's Siasia doing to prove that he's supposed to be on Lampard's level? With all due respect, level of player, no matter how big a legend you want to call Siasia, Lampard was a bigger legend. From there, while he was playing, got all his badges, went to go and start doing assistant coach, then got hired in the championship. Don't get me wrong, I know that yes, they support the Oyimbos more than they support the black people. No doubt about that. But even at that, there are still plenty of Oyimbos. So for him to still stand out amongst those ones, he had to do something at least. Put yourself in a position that okay, if we want to use nepotism, at least can use nepotism and still claim that but this person, look at what he's doing. Look at LeBron James brought his son to the Lakers. Everybody knows that the only reason why he's there is because he's LeBron James' son. But at least he can still say, my son has been playing at different levels. He has succeeded here. He did that. That's the reason why I can bring him in. You cannot just say without you doing anything, we should just drag you from somewhere and say, oh, because you're our.
I know maybe IoT is having who can you guys say AIoT? Okay, IoT is back now. Yeah.
I was wondering the screen went this, but see, I was saying even Frank Lampard, the opportunities that he's getting is in England. He's an Englishman, so now England will get the opportunities most. So for me, I think our coaches just really need to step for themselves, look for opportunities. The ones that try to coach in the league, when they don't do well in the league, they resign and they just give up from there, or they get fired, they give up. Is that how it's supposed to be? Mourinho got fired from Fenerbahce, which day where is he now? He's already in Benfica, taking up another job. Football.
Getting fired to there too very soon. So
see, football coaching is like that. You get hired to get fired.
Fired, yes.
That's the way it is. How many coaches last long at clubs? Only maybe the Pep Guardiola has stayed maybe almost 8-9 years at Manchester City now.
Klopp.
Jurgen Klopp was there for a number of years. But most times coaches don't last long. The ones that they keep for long, I all them Ateta. How many things they don't win? Now just because they be their personal friend, I keep them there. In reality, maybe it's because I'm a Chelsea fan. I was brought up with hiring and firing. A coach come, you can win Champions League. See, Di Matteo won Champions League. By the next season, you mess up halfway through the season. You are gone. Somebody else to come and take the job. And that's the way it has always been. Coaches know it. The positive side of it is that when they get fired on normal day, you get a good payday. Mourinho got fired for Fenerbahce. They paid him maybe like 10-15 million to go. By the time they fire him from Benfica again, Benfica will do that. You can take care of your generation now, your family's future generation, just from the money that you're sacking you with. Graham Potter that got fired by Chelsea, he does not need a new job yet. He's still enjoying himself with that money. So for me, I think our coaches have a lot of work to do. I think somebody in the comments, I think Victor Cobham, I like Victor, he's always on our shows. But for me, I think I understand that people question the commitment of the Super Eagles players. You know, people think they don't work hard enough, they don't give enough. I don't necessarily like questioning commitment of players because maybe it's because I'm close to some of them and I know how they think, I know the work that they put in, and I know that they want to win and they want to give everything to win. You know, look at just these last games that we played. Sime got injured, Olaino got injured, Wilfred Didi got injured. Other players are, you know, risking injury just by even simply playing on that field. But if we even say that they are not as committed as they are for their clubs, with all due respect to the national team, can you blame them? Can you blame them? When the club does everything to protect the player and to make sure the player is at their best, health wise, mental health wise, you know, welfare wise, everything, the person will give everything. That's why they say that even family is not just by blood. There is family that you can find from elsewhere. It's been like if from the time that I've met you, I've not till today I've never met Smith in person. But
Yeah.
Smith and I have spoken so much, have done so many things that I feel like Smith is my good friend at this point. But we're not related in any way. If there is an opportunity that comes in the future, it's not be far-fetched for me to go and say, you know what, I trust Smith. I'll do everything to make sure that Smith gets this thing because of the relationship that we have. So you might say, yes, they're Nigerians, they should give everything and die for Nigeria. I understand. But the three of us that are on this thing now, will any of us die for Nigeria? If if they say that Nigeria is going to war now, maybe with Niger Republic, and they say that they are drafting eligible men to come and fight for the country, Smith, will you enter the draft? Or Shonopi, I don't know, maybe you people are passionate like that. Will you enter
I'm Afghanian.
Shanopi just left the chat.
You know, it's like would we risk ourselves like that for Nigeria? So these players, but because they are professional footballers, we say they must risk everything. If a player gets injured now, you know, and then he has to miss. Look at Olaino. Just because we know Olaino, the level he has already gotten to. But what if he does not reclaim his spot at Nottingham Forest when he comes back? What if this is a player that is maybe at the last year of his contract and he tears his ACL, and now he finds it hard to find a new club? You know, by the time he recovers, the national team is not going to remember him. Is when he's healed and is playing again at the
Lukman getting injured now.
you know, it ruins many things for them. So, like, again, I understand that we want them to fight and want them to be committed, but there are certain things that you ask yourself. I remember I was speaking to a Super Eagles player after the game against Ghana in Abuja, the one that we drew and did not go to the World Cup. And the guy was telling me, he's like, bro, he's like, I understand how this sounds, but he was like, that pitch, there are things that ordinarily you would want to do, but on a pitch like that, you cannot do. Because the pitch is a trap. It's a trap. Any small thing, next thing your knee is gone, your ankle is gone. This is what a player said. It's like he knows that people will not like. He cannot say it outside because people will say, what do you mean you cannot do this thing? But it's like there are things that you say you might want to slide, but by the time you look at the grass that you are sliding on and you see 3 different brown patches, you know that if you slide like this, you are going to be seeing your blood and your flesh. It's hard. So I don't necessarily like to question commitment of players, because I think that they give everything, and the ones that might not necessarily want to put themselves in harm's way, I don't blame them too much, because if they get harmed, everybody's going to forget about them, including us, we the fans that are insulting them. I was saying, somebody said Potter is at West Ham. That's true. Potter has gotten a new job now. He's at West Ham. They also sack him though. But I digress. So even we the fans, if yes, Osimhen will remember Lookman, but let's imagine a very average player in the Super Eagles like Frank Onyeka. Frank Onyeka gets injured. He misses 1 year of football. The fans will move on quickly. You think they will give a damn about Frank Onyeka? You think, like, with all due respect to him, you think people will care? You think nobody will care what happens? Look at prime example, Victor Boniface. Everybody has moved, and at the same Boniface where they had before AFCON, he got injured, he came back, his form was not where he wanted it to be. The same people that were laughing at his jokes now insult him and say he's too unserious. People will move on. Even look at Ballon d'Or winner Rodri. Rodri got injured and missed the whole year. Everybody moved on. Lamine Yamal, Ousmane Dembele, Desiree Doué, like everybody moved on, and that's unfortunately the way football is. So again, for these players, okay, they should kill themselves so that Ayotia and Smith like you come online and say, he's so committed, he's so committed. But then when his livelihood is in jeopardy, when his health is in jeopardy, Ayotia and Smith like you talk about the next player that is called up now. I and just lastly before I let Sean speak, somebody mentioned something about our players coaching women's teams. I think our ex-players were like coaching women's teams. I think on paper, in theory, it sounds like something that would be nice. But to coach a women's team takes a different kind of person in terms of understanding that you're dealing with women, understanding and caring about women in a different way. Because it's not just like entering a male locker room and thinking that everything is the same. You have to understand those intricacies. It's the same way some people can coach youth teams, but they cannot coach professional teams because it is different. Some people can coach average clubs, but they would never be like like that's the way I look at like a Frank Lampard, for example, that is on screen. Frank Lampard, I think Frank Lampard would always be a good coach for an average team, but put him in a big team with all the pressure, with all the expectations, I don't think that he's going to be a good coach.
Even Thomas Frank,
there's something like that. That's really average level, low expectations, everything. They will make average players look like good players, but when it's time to make good players into great players, they might not necessarily be able to do that. So maybe if there's somebody that has the passion for women's football, that actually cares, that watches the game, that understands that a woman is not going to run as fast as Victor Osimhen, or is not going to be as skillful and dribble like Moses Simon and things like that. I understand that, hey, look, whether we like it or not, if a woman has a period, she might not be able to give you the same level that she will be able to give you when she's not on her period, or when she's going through one thing or the other. You know how to balance all those things. I think it's a different skill to coach women's football. But yes, thank you, Smith. I rest my case.
Yes. Okay. Thank you. So Sonopi,
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So your thoughts? Any? Oh yeah, you're just joining our show.
I joined. I was in and out. I caught you talking about the under 21 squad.
Yeah.
You analyzed the players. And I know you've talked about the World Cup, Nigerian World Cup, and other topics as well.
Yeah.
I know we haven't spoken since. Good to see you, man. And South Africa.
Yeah, I spoke about that. Not that game directly.
We haven't really spoken. Yeah, we did a little bit. Yeah. I'm gonna echo your sentiment too. I'm not a fan of name calling, or especially publicly. I might do it in a WhatsApp group or something, but not publicly. See, you cannot draw 3 games out of 4 games and expect not to run into issues like this. The first 4 games we started, we didn't start well, right? And can you blame the players? Do you want to blame the FA? Do you want to blame preparation? Do you want to blame complacentness? Over underrating players. I remember when Lesotho came into Rio. All the activities going on around. Benin Republic, the games against Benin Republic and South Africa. Was the preparation enough? Did we have the best players on the pitch? Now Eric Shell came. He's 1-2. He has gotten 8 points, right? Out of a possible 12.
12, yeah.
Maybe if the other ones did it, maybe we're still gonna have a chance. You just don't know. I will never question. I don't think the players. I don't think any player will say, "Okay, I don't want to go to the World Cup." Especially if you look at their some of these guys. Okay, Moses Simon. What's his name? Trustekong. Indeed, probably they're the oldest players there right now, right? Indeed, but Trust is probably the oldest player. Then maybe Simon. I remember Simon joined around maybe Ulysses time or something. He was not invited in. And he scored a free kick, and ever since then they've been calling it. Most of these guys have not been to the World Cup except for Ndidi, Iwobi, and Ekong. None of them have been to the World Cup, so I don't think they'll just wake up and say, I don't want to go to the World Cup. So I will
Mm-hmm.
never question their commitment. And I don't want to make excuses too to say, look at that pitch in South Africa, right? That pitch was bad, but two teams played on it, right? So there are a lot of things that I mean, I feel like we started the federation or whatever, they started taking it serious a little bit too late. You cannot draw 3 games out of 4 and expect to, no, what am I even saying? Okay, yeah, you drew 3, you lost 1. So you
Mm-hmm.
have 3 points in a possible 12
Mm-hmm.
and expect to still want to do something. The foundation has already been destroyed,
Mm-hmm.
And I'll also say something. I also fear for the future of Nigerian football.
Yeah.
I fear it's so worrisome. It's so worrisome that you know, we rely on talents being produced and going to Europe. That's what we used to rely on back in the days.
Mm-hmm.
We'll rely, okay, this talent will blossom, then it will go to Europe, then it will shine, then it will join the national team. But where are the talents now?
Mm.
In the last couple of years, how many talents have we churned out to be superstars? Yeah, we know our league cannot compete. Okay, I know there's a narrative of let's grow our league. Okay, I get it, but we can't compete with these Europeans right now. So I don't blame these guys living for a greener pasture. But the greener pasture they're going to, they can't compete. They
Mm-hmm.
cannot.
Mm-hmm.
I fear it's so worrisome. After this generation of players even leave, even though they have slow midfield, transition is so poor. By the time they get the ball, they are addressing the ball, the defense has already arranged themselves back again.
Mm-hmm.
We can complain about all that. Even when this lights leave, I'm not even sure we're going to have better players coming. I'm not a
Mm-hmm.
Nostradamus that knows the future.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not Nostradamus. I don't know tomorrow. Maybe I'm wrong. But what I'm saying, it's not encouraging.
Mm-hmm.
It's not.
Mm-hmm.
It's scary. It's really scary and worrisome. Let's even forget about, to be honest, like if we qualify for the World Cup, all well and good. It's really slim now. Let's be honest. It's
Yeah.
slim. It's
Mm-hmm.
very slim. Even if they take out that 3 points, it's still very slim. Are you telling me South Africa will draw 2 games, or they will not win at least one and draw one?
Mm-hmm.
Come on. They just need to. I
No,
mean, now the 14 plus 4, that's 18 points now. The
mm-hmm.
maximum we can get is 17 points. I know
Mm-hmm.
there's a fight for second place. I'm talking about first place now,
No,
right?
it's football. And Sonobi, we have seen a lot of things in football that makes me
Stranger
just
things have
forget
happened.
that. Say what?
Stranger things have happened.
No, no,
Stranger
no, no,
than
no. What I'm saying is that it's looking tough now. It's looking very slim.
it's looking
I'm
tough.
not saying. Well, I
But
remember 2002 World Cup qualifiers. I remember what
yeah,
happened.
but
So I've seen strange things too. Yeah.
you remember when Cameroon went to go and beat Cote d'Ivoire in Abidjan? Remember?
And they still women still lost that penalty in the last
Yeah,
game, and they still
yeah.
didn't qualify. I remember
It,
2006
it,
qualifiers. I remember.
they went to
Yeah, I
go and
remember very well.
I
So
just
like,
think
I have
that
a question.
yeah.
No, finish your thoughts, sorry.
So I just think that the way this group is going, if you check it now, go and check any group in this World Cup qualifier. No leader is having 14 points. No leader. There's so many on serious team. South Africa is getting everything on the right on the pitch, but Vincent Seka is taking points from from them in the boardroom because how can I just think that Group C is just so crazy. And
Why the unserious group?
No, no, Smith, like I understand your message of optimism and hope, and I'm not even disputing that. We are not. We have not even done enough to deserve to qualify. Let's be objective here. We have not. I'm not speaking from. I don't even. I'm not speaking from. And I respect your optimism. That's not the point I'm trying to make. I'm just speaking from how everything has started. Let's be
Yes.
honest with ourselves. We have not done enough to deserve to be at that World Cup with our performance. That's what I'm saying. We have not done enough. We've
Who do you
not.
think
It's
should
what
qualify?
It's just because we are Nigerians that we are saying, oh yes, we should
Yeah.
qualify.
Who do you think should qualify?
I just talk about. Just because we're Nigerians,
Who do you think you
and
should qualify?
rightly so, we should wish to qualify, right? Huh?
So, like to your question, I think the most deserving team, honestly, I think is South Africa.
South Africa.
It is rather unfortunate that they made an error that is going to cost them.
Cost
But
them, yeah.
if I'm being objective, if whether or not they played Mokwena, they probably will still have won that match. You know,
Yes.
it's just an administrative
no.
error that they made that is now unfortunately going to cost them. But so it's been like that kind of brings me to the question that I wanted to ask, you or both of you guys. So let's assume that South Africa are losing their 3 points. They lose 3 points, they lose 5 goals. It means that Benin Republic goes top of the group.
Yes.
As it stands, 40 points, South Africa would also be on 14. Benin with goal. Okay, you have with goal difference. So it's been like assuming Benin beats who's Benin playing? Rwanda?
Yes.
So assuming Benin beats Rwanda, they go on 17. South Africa
Yes.
also beats Lesotho. Yeah. Zimbabwe, sorry. They go on 17 as well. Going into the final game when Nigeria plays Benin and South Africa plays against who South Africa play in their final game? Rwanda. They are playing Rwanda. So would you rather Nigeria loses to Benin and Benin secure the first place, or we play our game, we beat Benin, South Africa beats Rwanda, and South Africa takes first place? Which one would you rather?
The issue is that I think all things being equal, if Nigeria beat Lesotho, which I think they should, Nigeria will still be in contention for a second place in the last game. But if the unthinkable happened and Nigeria drew against Lesotho, I think that they should allow Benin Republic to qualify.
You cannot say it's unthinkable because it has happened not too long ago. So it's not that unthinkable.
No, in a desperate situation like this, that you need to score 4 goals or 3 or 4 goals to stay in contention. When you know that you can still take on second place and the unthinkable, because then there's something. I'm just saying is that your team, same commitment. See, we have to be honest ourselves. This team is not that good.
Yes.
It's not that good.
Yes.
This team is not that good. When I saw Senegalese team play against Congo, see, it shows that there was on a mission to do it. And Nigeria, will be masturbating outside, talking about how our team will go and beat Morocco, how our team will go and be beating this thing. We are the best team in the world, do everything. My brother, let's be honest. See, this team, it's just fate.
See, it's just like you know what I say to that here, honestly. And now I'm neutral when it comes to Eric Shell, but I'm someone that is of the opinion that a good coach will get Nigeria moving in the right direction. I don't believe that our players are that bad or as bad as the results are making them look. Personally, I don't believe so. It's the same way I tell United fans, I don't believe that United players are as bad as their results are. I think a good coach gets these players playing better and changes the mentality, changes the way that people put themselves on the field, and we'll get better results. I honestly do think so. Whether you need to be more pragmatic or you need to be more adventurous or you need to be more organized, I think a good coach gets the results and gets better results than this. Yes, our players, we have one world-class player, one player that is bordering on world-class, and the rest are good and average players in football. Yes, I admit that. But still, with that quality of squad, we can and should be doing better than we are doing. And I think a large part of it comes down to coaching.
Okay, let me ask you, why is it that a student is not intelligent? They go and collect teacher for the student. They collect 4 teachers, the same result, the student they fail all the time.
If you keep getting bad teachers, your students if you keep getting bad teachers, your students might not learn and grasp the work as easily as they might. Or sometimes it might be the way of teaching. I know people that I've seen that struggled in something in a particular course or in a particular subject matter, and then they brought somebody that introduced it to them in a different way, and all of a sudden the person started doing well. And you wonder, is this not the same thing that you could not understand for 1 year or for 2 years? Sometimes if you get bad teachers, it doesn't matter, the student is not going to do well. I The first time in secondary school, I got a 50 history, and I was wondering, am I all of a sudden stupid and I cannot pass chemistry? But then when we saw that half of the class failed self and everything, they brought a different chemistry teacher, and the students, improved. So I think the coaches that we've had, I don't think that they've been. I'm not saying they're bad coaches, but they've not been able to get these players to play to that level that they can and should be playing at. And that's something that makes some good coaches. A coach like Thomas Frank, for example, we've seen him raise average players to become more quality players. We see it happen. Even Pep Guardiola, no matter how much people always talk about how Pep Guardiola, he just spends money and spends money. We've seen him take players that were good, like Raheem Sterling, and turn them into great players when Raheem Sterling was at his peak, doing very well. Leroy Sané, different players. They were already good, but he made them better. We have players.
Can I say something?
Okay, say something. Yeah.
So yes, I can see where I can understand Ayo's point in terms of in a better management from organization and all that to get the best out of the players. I also believe, if I want to play devil's advocate, is that I'll use this pigeon to say a lizard in Kano. No matter how much press up it does, sometimes it cannot turn to an alligator when it goes to Alaska.
Mm.
A lizard in Kano, no matter how much press up it does, you cannot turn to an alligator in Alaska. Meaning that I think sometimes this is the peak of some of these players. This is the best they can give.
Honestly.
I think so. Yes, coaching it's just like telling Pep to go and coach Sunderland. You can see you may take them out of relegation or something, but it's not going to probably win anything. But you see some changes. But sometimes I feel like maybe this is the best they can give. We are sharp in the fronts, in the attacking front. We can dribble, we can cross. We are good in certain areas. We're just not there. We're not at that level. We are not there. And Eric Shell is using. One thing I'm worried about Eric Shell is that he's using his Malian playbook to try to run Niger. And Malian playbook. That remember you said something, Smilai. He said, he scored a lot of goals. But who were scoring the goals? Including the midfielders. I guess it's not entirely the midfielders. Including the midfielders were scoring all those goals with his style of play. His midfielders were very mobile, where they were moving the ball quicker, right? That's the playbook. He has to embrace Nigerian reality. I remember we talked about it when he was joining, and I said, this is style. He has to embrace Nigerianness. So we will not get that kind of luxury right now. We don't have that luxury. We do not have it. So in as much as the coaching plays a role, bro, I'm not gonna lie. I think somebody has to play Keshi at a point. Just change everything up. People will shout, yeah. If it pays off, he'll get the glory. If it doesn't pay off, he'll get fired. So that's it. But in Keshi's case, it paid off and he won something.
Sean, you're playing devil's advocate. See, you kind of made a point that leans more towards what I was saying, in the sense that the coach has a philosophy, he has a way that he wants to play, and he's trying to implement that, and it's not working. Who does that remind you of? Ruben Amorim of the great Manchester United. He has a way that he wants to play. He has a setup that he likes to use, and it's not working for him, but he wants to stick to it. And that's why, and I strongly believe that a different coach comes, plays the same players in a different system, gets them to do better. See, I'm not knocking Coach Eric Shell, but again, I think that our players can produce better results. Look at the AFCON that we went and finished second. Before the AFCON, we were not playing well. The coach realized that something had to change. He said it himself. We played well during the AFCON. You don't get to the final if you don't play well. You don't.
Is that a question for me?
That's it.
No.
We tried. We played well.
We might not have been playing exciting fancy football, but football is not played one way. Some coaches have made their living from being pragmatic defensive coaches and getting that team play on the counter. Football is not played one way.
For that.
Yes, because people are closed-minded. But I see, no, I take that back. People are not, let me not say people that's rude. People are not close-minded, but people are not opening up their minds to new ideas that lead to success. See, we are used to doing something, but that thing was not yielding fruit for us. Even Pesero, when I think was it Qatar that they went for their warm weather training before the tournament,
Right.
the friendly that they had against Mali, he
Against
played a
Guinea.
4 in that.
Guinea was Guinea. It
Or
was
Guinea.
Guinea.
No, I think they played 2 friendlies in that. Was it Guinea? They played 2 friendlies in that camp. He said it himself that he played a 4-2-4 in the second game to try a system, and he saw quickly that we're going to get cooked if we play like this, and he knew that that cannot work. And he said the fastest way for us to achieve success is to play on the counter attack, and it led to results. See, if a coach joins Barcelona tomorrow and Barcelona start playing counter attacking football, of course, people are going to complain. So I understand people complaining. That's not Nigeria's way. That's not Nigeria's style. But it led to success. And we sacrifice potential success for the joy of seeing Moses Simon run down the flank. Oh, Chukwueze run down the other flank. And then at the end of the day, we're not going to the World Cup, or well, we might not go to the World Cup. So for me, because if like I've held this position since after the WAFCON, that do we prefer attacking football or we prefer W's on the board? Because for me, maybe it's because my upbringing is as a Chelsea fan, and I watched Jose Mourinho win game 1-0, 1-0, 1-0, 1-0. For me, every day of the week, I would rather win a game 1-0 than lose the game 3-1 or lose the game 3-2.
And let me just answer that question about before I will overshoot my time. See, the issue I just think about Nigeria is a very complex team to manage. I've tried to play inside the Shell's head and look at different things. See, I saw his approach against Zimbabwe was the game that changed Eric Shell's opinion about our national team. He attacked, and last minute they equalized. It was happening to Marcelo too. He will attack, they will score us.
Mm-hmm.
Now realize that, but I see that people cannot defend though. So it changed few things. And when he changed it, he paid for Parcero. That game against Rwanda, it's not as if he cannot go for the second goal. He just realized that
yes,
these people can concede though. It doesn't know that we're keeping the ball just to kill the game quickly. That is it. To say I could score that goal. That's one that we against Africa. You see, we just killed the game that game. Mm-hmm. It's because that was what Pesero was doing too. We scored 1 goal during AFCON, we killed the game. So this team, that there are some areas in this team that is irreparable. This team cannot defend to save their life. They don't defend to save their life. So this 3 at the back is our future.
At the end of the day, that's what we're going to have to do eventually, because we've seen it in a back 4. We are too exposed. Like we've seen it. We are too exposed. The quality of the players that we have realistically is not up there. Like Calvin Bassey is a good defender, but Ekong is like Ekong at his absolute peak. Nobody ever looked at Ekong and said, "Wow, such a great defender." Yes, he has done well. Don't get me wrong. Even Benjamin Frederick now. Okay, let's assume that Benjamin Frederick has the brightest future we've seen in a long time. But as of today, where he is not at any level yet. He's still a very average player right now.
We had a chance to take a young player to an 20 World Cup. We are taking some players that have been playing it 2 or 3 times to an 20 World Cup to see a player that can replace these players in the future.
Because Nigeria, all we think about is, and I think I've done a video on this before, that we should not sacrifice development for winning. At the youth level, you don't have to win. You want to win, you should try to win, but you don't have to win. If a coach finishes 4th or 3rd at the under 20 World Cup, but 6 of those players end up becoming Super Eagles key players in the future, that coach succeeded.
Yes.
But if you win under 20 World Cup, but none of your players or only one of them can actually become a useful player in the future, then you failed.
You failed.
But they don't realize that all they care about is, let me win. Maybe Tinubu will give me.
So I would say, so there's a thing that you want to tell us about quickly, in the chat box.
So yes, next week on Eagle Tracker, I have my first interview of the new season. On the
quickly. Sorry, what's happening to Mr. Sugi, who is our CB, that you said that it's very good for our 20 team? Is he part? No, it's not part of our 20 team.
It's not an 20 squad.
not part of that. They didn't pick him actually. He's not even getting into the art sport.
It's not, I mean, they drafted him last minute into their Champions League squad, so maybe he might get to play a part in the tournament.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
he's not been getting minutes for Club Brugge. He plays for their second division team.
The issue is that the Campbell has been making the team Club Brugge on a regular basis. Campbell of South Africa, and even Furo Yeneme's son has been making the Club Brugge first team.
See, it's just at the end of the day, look, these things level past level, man. Like that's just the reality. You get to a certain level, realize that you have work to do to really get to that level. I mean, look at this boy that was getting minutes for Antwerp last season that moved to England. He's playing in the under 21s.
Yes.
Todo.
Yes.
And he's playing under 21s. Look at Ahmed Abdullahi, Sunderland. A small Sunderland, new promoted team. He doesn't get to play. So level past. Yeah, it was on the bench once, and then like level past level. A lot of our young players, we might see them. That's why even look at our star boy Benjamin Frederick, 2 games consecutively on the bench. The first game, you said okay, he just came back from playing for Nigeria, so maybe that's why they benched him. They played he came off the bench today, but again on the bench. The other game he had a bad game. I think he did okay today. But even at Denda, he's not been able to go into that team and establish himself as a key player in their team yet. I'm not saying he wouldn't, but he hasn't done it yet. Level past level is not always easy for players. But yes, like back to the video. So first interview of the new season. I think this is season 3 of the Home of Nigerian Football podcast, where I talk to different Nigerian players. We have a quality season lined up. I have Rasheedat Ajibade coming up, Ashi Plumter coming up, Yakubu Ayegbeni coming up, Leon Balogun.
Oh, Yakubu, let me know.
The Yak has promised me, but it's scheduling that has been the issue, but it's going to be on this season. Yakubu, possibly Tai Taiwo. I'm still trying to confirm details with him, even though if you guys have watched my OG interview with Tai Taiwo, but probably
new one's going better again. New one's going with new ideas.
Yeah, new ideas better, new things to talk about. I'm trying to figure out something with Chinedu Obasi as well. Trying to see if he's willing to talk. Sani Keita as well has said he's interested in speaking. And then Super Falcons players. I'll see if I can get a bit on my. Let's talk to our legend. But I know that Ashley for sure, Christy Uchebe for sure, Rasheedat Ajibade for sure, and many more to come in the future. New young players. Some players that you might be aware of, some players that you might not be aware of. I'm also looking at the possibility of interviewing some international players, maybe players from other African nations. Obviously it has to be the Anglophones because unfortunately I only speak English. But it's going to be an exciting season, and the first interview is going to be out next week. So yes, I have the trailer, just a short, quickly put together video for people to just anticipate.
Yeah, okay. Let me just put that one. Yeah, so
I play for SR Benfica.
Yes. There's one thing that you forgot. Your name is Christy Uchebe.
I was among the players that won 5 league titles in a row for SR Benfica. The situation we find ourselves like in Nigeria, it's when you see your name on the internet, when they put the list, that is when you know, okay, you have met the list. So when they scored the second goal, I looked on my left and because I was talking to our coach, I went to talk to the coach and Pochan on the bench. So I turned and I saw Aziza Toshola. She was crying on the bench. I finally won the trophy. I said to my late mom that she should not worry. I'm going to play with the Super Falcons and I'm going to win trophies with the team.
Do you feel like sometimes people know they put the respect when they're supposed to put on top of your name? Which one sweet you pass? OON or the money? This has been the home of Nigerian Football Podcast at Eaglets with Super Falcons midfielder, WAFCON 2024 champion, Christy Uchebe. OON.
Yeah, that actually was very interesting. I know that Christy, I know that to say that life now, Christy go put that medal for your neck. And and talk to you about that. It's gonna be, Christy is someone that is very close to the house, fantastic personality. You need to see her Oh my days, Christy is very, very lively. Very,
You
very
know,
lively.
she gave a very interesting account of that WAFCON final because she didn't play in that match. She was on the bench for the entire final. She gave a very interesting account of things that were happening on the bench. Like if you heard in the trailer, she said she looked to her side and she saw her sister Tishala was crying on the bench when we're losing 2-0. It was a very interesting game, but they were able to come back. She talked about the season, talked about the WAFCON, and looked forward to the season that is currently going on. So a very interesting conversation with a very interesting player. I asked her about whether she feels underrated because the only Super Falcons player that has won more trophies than Christine in her career is Oshoala. So I'm like, people don't talk about Christy like she's supposed to be talked about. She has been nominated for the CAF Player of the Year once, but it's only been once. And maybe she could have got more. So look forward to that. It's be out next week on our channel next Wednesday.
Okay. So just before you go, a controversial question from Calvin Marvin. Said that IoT Super Falcons players they crush on you. Or is it's not the answer?
No, there's nothing to that. The players. I'll tell you this: the players just appreciate. Like that's the honest truth. The Super Falcons players honestly just appreciate. Every time I've interacted, all the times they've just always been appreciative of the work that I do because again, I was one of the few people that actually really took time to spotlight the Super Falcons. When I started the Ghost Tracker, I started with the Super Falcons, talking about them, and they realized that people don't really do this. I'm the one that pushed the NFF to make a page for the Super Falcons. One did not exist until my pressure on them. So the players just appreciate. Every time I talk to someone like an Ashley, she's just like, see, we all see what you're doing. And we're all just thankful that somebody like you is out there doing these things. When they need somebody to talk up for them, to speak up for them, the traditional media will not speak up for them. But they know that if they reach out to me, I would, and I'll keep it confidential. I'm not going to come and say, this is what Osinachi told me, or this one, blah, blah, blah. So it's just an appreciation thing. It's really just an appreciation thing. And I also appreciate them for it because a lot of Nigerian players, male players, you do a lot for them and they don't appreciate you like that down the line, So I'm not going to name names, but yes, so it's nothing about crush or anything. It's just a mutual respect.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, IoT, for your time. Thank you for finding time.
You've been here for a long time. Good job, man.
Yeah, that time. Yes. Thank you. So, thank you guys for joining. I know in fact, I don't spend too much time today, but thank you guys for your time. So, guys, I don't want to say that. Okay, this question is for IoT, but unfortunately, IoT don't be here now. So that you are lucky. You're lucky to get to the final last AFCON. Okay, luck is the part of it too. So, guys, it's been very lovely interacting with all of you. I really enjoyed the program today. Next week will be even better. Thank you guys for always actually being there. I also want to appreciate those that actually sent in super chats to support us. Thank you for the love. Apologies to some people joined. I couldn't bring you on. Ushe wants to say some things. I couldn't actually bring you on. Apologies for that, Ushe. And also, there's also one man that joined too. I couldn't actually bring you on too. I'm sorry for that, just because of time. I'm already 3 hours 17. Actually, 10 minutes? I always like to spend 2.5 hours, 2 hours, but I'm forced to spend like 1 hour extra. But I want to thank you all for joining. So, I'll see you again on Friday. But watch Nigerian football, support Nigerian football. Let me tell you something. Hope is number one thing. Also pray for Nigerian football. We pray that things actually work well for Nigerian football. I'll be watching Raymond Stars tomorrow. I'll be watching Rivers. I'll be watching Kwara. I'll also be watching what's it called, the Abia Warriors too, in their CAF Champions League and Conference Cup actually game. Thank you guys. See you. Peace. Thank you.